Two teams with big stars but very different goals today. Gardner-Webb and Presbyterian comes your way next here on the American Sports Network.
Clear skies, temperature in the upper 30s as we welcome you to Spangler Stadium in Boiling Springs, North Carolina. Big South matchup here this afternoon. The Blue Hose out of Presbyterian taking on the Runnin Bulldogs of Gardner-Webb. And speaking of the Big South, how about this? Coastal Carolina. First time in league history that the Big South has the #1 team in the country, followed by New Hampshire, Jacksonville State, North Dakota State, Eastern Washington. We welcome you up to the booth alongside Nate Ross. I'm Jeff McCarriger. Thanks for watching here this afternoon. A good one. Nate, we'll start with Gardner-Webb, a team, believe it or not, with the weapons they have in this team, they are still looking for their first conference win of the year.
Well, Coach Kyle McCray believes in his team, and he believes in his two senior leaders. They are right there, Lucas Beatty and Kenny Cook. Lucas Beatty has thrown for 7,752 yards. 30% of those yards go to Kenny Cook. He's a senior, he's a leader, he's a big-time receiver. You can see him catch it in traffic and take it for the distance. He can move when he gets it, and he's a special receiver. He's going to be double-teamed and bracketed, but he's the guy that's got to make it happen if they're going to do it today.
Meanwhile, over to Presbyterian, they're trying to make history today, Nate, looking for their first ever winning season in Big South play.
Well, they're relying on a sophomore quarterback to do it in Hayes McMath, and they think he's going to be the big-time player. He's improved greatly over the years, over the 2 years. Toby Antigua is his main receiver. Harold Nichols loves this kid. He knows he makes mistakes, but he's only a sophomore. If he can keep cool and slow the game down in his head, he will be a much better quarterback today and get them a winning season for the first time in Division I history. That's a big challenge.
Last time they had a winning season overall was back in 2007. Again, a cool day for football. Feels like college football. Temperatures in the 30s. It's Presbyterian, Gardner-Webb coming your way next right here on the American Sports Network. As you can see, the winds today just 6 miles an hour. Clear skies, a beautiful facility, Spangler Stadium here in Boiling Springs, North Carolina. Should be a great game. Good turnout here today as the fans have been out tailgating for the last couple of hours since we first got to the field here this morning. Brand new turf and a beautiful day again. Feels like college football as we are just about set here for the opening kick here with Gardner-Webb and Presbyterian. Again, with Gardner-Webb, we'll talk about their stars with Beatty and Cook as they'll be looking to try and set new school records here today.
Well, Lucas Beatty is the man, as we talked about, showing for a ton of yards, and they want to do it. It is not the last game for them, but it is senior day for them. It's the last home game. So you always remember that last home game, and they hope it is a special one here. It's a gorgeous day. It's a gorgeous turf, and there we see Coach Carol McCray for the home team, an alumni of this school, as both coaches are alums of their schools. And it's a little windy, but it's not crazy. It's a little cold, but it's not crazy cold. And it should be a heck of a football game. We are looking forward to it.
Gardner-Webb won the toss. It'll be Presbyterian that will receive. Take a look at the coaches here. Harold Nichols for Presbyterian, 5-5 on the season, 2-2 in Big South play in his 6th season. 1989 graduate of this program, a former quarterback. And Nate, you and I have talked all week about how far this program has come. Presbyterian, as we talked to Harold Nichols during the week, his first year they were 0-11.
Yeah, they've made great progress. And this would be the icing on the cake to have a winning season in Division I. Carol McCray, his good friend, obviously wants to not let that happen. But there's a lot on the line. This is the last game of the year for Presbyterian as well. Gardner-Webb, of course, has one more up at Monmouth next week.
Jeremiah Mackey for Presbyterian College back to receive as Grayson Gregory set to kick things off here for Gardner-Webb, and we are underway here from Boiling Springs, North Carolina. Mackey out across the 25-yard line, and that's where Presbyterian will begin on offense. Just talked about their sophomore quarterback, Hayes McMath, as he will take the field, a sophomore quarterback with 1,230 yards passing under his belt already.
Presbyterian will throw a lot of formations at you, a lot of different looks at you defensively. And hopefully the Runnin' Bulldogs are ready for it.
McMath, nearly 59% completion rate, again, 1,230 yards. First down and 10 as we are set to go. And on the first play, a sack for Gardner-Webb as that defense right away gets up the middle.
Well, first play read option, and Mr. McMath did not make the right read.
Aaron Cook right there to make the stop for Gardner-Webb. Nate, you and I talked about this defense for the Runnin' Bulldogs this week. O.J. Mao in the middle. Aaron Cook leads the team in tackles, picks up the sack. Yvonne Toomer, some pretty good defensive stars here for this Runnin' Bulldogs team.
Yeah, Mao and Fatter are going to split time at that nose guard, and they got to control the center for this defense to work, and they did it first two plays pretty well.
And on second down, trying to get some yards back, and able to pick up 3 or 4 yards there on second down. That time, LaRon Glenn, 6'2", 275, just a freshman out of Charlotte, and to help make the stop.
There's Aaron Cook, linebacker, very, very active. You can see the tackles and a lot of solo tackles. Tackles for loss and a couple sacks. They don't blitz a lot, but he's not a big kid, but he's really quick, and they really run down a lot of plays. Good linebacker, Aaron Cook, only a sophomore.
Third down and 12. Here for the Blue Hose. And back to about the 30-yard line. That's it. Brings up fourth down, and Presbyterian's going to have to punt it away.
Well, an excellent job by Coach McCrae's defense right there of just getting sideline to sideline. Little bubble screen out to the guy we talked about, Antigua, but went nowhere with it. You can see there's the numbers for him on the year, but a good job getting to 84 and taking him down and forcing a quick, very quick 3 and out.
J.J. Hubbard back to return for Gardner-Webb, and to kick, Stephen Dorr, averaging about 38 yards per punt this season, stands back at his own 15 and boots it away. Nice spiral. Sends Hubbard back inside his own 30. Finds an opening, though. Over to the left sideline. Into Presbyterian territory. And good field position for the Runnin' Bulldogs here to start.
It's interesting that they get a nice play right out of special teams, because Coach McCrae told us because of the injuries, he's had to mix and match special teams. That's been the biggest challenge of the year for him.
47 yards on the return for J.J. Hubbard. We're underway here from Boiling Springs, North Carolina.
Getting away from it all? Dreamed of sand between your toes? A place where the term online has a whole other meaning. Where the beach is just outside your window. Window shopping just steps away. And your worries miles away. A getaway that gets you closer to the lifestyle you've always dreamed of. Discover Bay Creek. Nestled in Cape Charles on Virginia's eastern shore, Bay Creek offers signature golf, private beaches, the new Beach Club fitness facility, world-class marina, and a sense of community that will soon have you calling this getaway home. Visit us online to explore the 10 uniquely crafted villages that make up Bay Creek. There's an option for every lifestyle, from low-maintenance townhomes, quiet cottage-style neighborhoods, to estate-style dream homes. Visit us online to explore all the real estate opportunities, or to book your Bay Creek getaway today. Welcome home. Welcome to Bay Creek.
Hamburger, popcorn, or many other fan favorites. Also, be sure to check out the delicious deep-fried Oreos and cotton candy. The Gardner-Webb Alumni Office would like to invite any alumni football players and their guests to come to the Alumni Football Room located on the main concourse patio outside of the coaches' offices for some light refreshments. This will be available through the middle of the fourth quarter.
Harold Nichols in his 6th season as the head coach for Presbyterian College. Again, the Blue Hose looking for their first winning season in Big South play here this afternoon. First play from scrimmage for Gardner-Webb, and a loss on the play. After a 47-yard kick and a 23-yard return by Gardner-Webb, a good start here as they were able to get into Presbyterian territory. But no gain here on first down.
49.
Lucas Beatty, senior starting quarterback for Gardner-Webb. His team 4-6 on the year, 0-3 in Big South play.
We talked about Presbyterian wanting winning season. Gardner-Webb wins the last 2. They got this one, obviously one more. 6-6 would be good the way they started.
Beatty with a handoff on first down. And a good pickup on first down, a pickup about 5 or 6 yards. Again, Lucas Beatty, senior quarterback out of Olympic High School in Charlotte. 61% completion rate, 2,141 yards, and 15 touchdowns.
Yeah, the 8 picks aren't a good number, but 15 touchdowns is a lot. And we said he looks for number 84, among others. He's got a lot of good receivers, but Kenny Cook's the man on this football team.
Beatty in trouble and spun down back in Gardner-Webb territory. Right up the middle, Donnell Williams, redshirt junior. One of the 3 linebackers for Presbyterian to break through.
Yeah, a little delayed blitz. The front 4 come after him. Donnell Williams waits, kind of spying on Beatty. And when Beatty has nowhere to go, the pocket starts collapsing. Williams makes the blow to knock him down. Another 3 and out.
Donnell Williams, team's leading tackler now with 73 tackles on the season. Jeremiah Mackey now back deep to receive as Gardner-Webb needs to punt it away. Andrew Komornik boots it away, and what a punt. And unfortunately for Gardner-Webb, though, instead of kicking up, had a chance to check it within inside the 5-yard line, but rolls into the end zone. And Presbyterian will take it out to the 20.
Smart idea, stand on the 10. If it goes over your head, just stand there and watch it. If it takes a phenomenal bounce against your team, you did the right thing. The worst thing to do is field it on like the 4 or 5 yard line.
How about that defensive stop, Nate, for Presbyterian?
Yeah, big
right
time.
away off that punt return. Gardner-Webb immediately into Presbyterian territory, but the Blue Hose come up with a big stop.
These guys, obviously, they're used to this kind of weather eventually in this part of the world. They haven't practiced in weather like this, so it's a little different to get it going. It's been really warm until this week all over the country.
Another handoff on first down.
You look at the Gardner-Webb defense. You look at LaRon Glenn, the freshman right there, Philip Fata or Mao in the middle, and Tyler Huff-Jenkins on the other side. It's a 3-4. Those 3 guys have to control the line of scrimmage. Linebackers are good, but if those people can alleviate number 26, Aaron Cook, from making a lot of tackles, this defense works. He'll make him if he has to. But you don't want him to have to.
McMath. Handoff to Blake Roberts, trying to find some room around the outside and chased out of bounds.
Bradley Taylor made the stop for the Dogs.
Bradley Taylor, one of the other linebackers, when they stretch the play out, Bradley Taylor, Aziz Higgins, Aaron Cook, guys like that, Donald Bowie, they got to get to the play. And that time, a good job by the linebackers.
Just like that third down coming up now for the Blue Hose.
I would say they're wearing out the middle of the field, but you can't wear this field out. So it's not going to be worn out. It's a beautiful new turf this year.
Third down and 9 for Presbyterian. McMath hands it off up the middle and nowhere to go again for Presbyterian. So neither offense able to get anything going here in the first 3 offensive possessions.
There's DeMarcus Rouse. You know, I don't dislike that call, Jeff. Harold Nichols knows his defense is playing good first series. Why take a chance? You go for a draw play. You put your sophomore quarterback in a tough situation. If you drop him back, maybe throws a pick, maybe he gets sacked. So he's relying on his defense there early, very early in his football game. Fourth quarter, he wouldn't make that call. Now he does.
So Presbyterian to punt it away again. And a short punt checks up, and it takes a good roll for Gardner-Webb, and for the second time in a row now, Nate, the Runnin Bulldogs going to have really good field position.
Yeah, well, Harold Nichols believed in his punter. That time, not a good punt.
8:44 left to play in the first quarter. Nothing doing on the offense so far. Scoreless, Blue Hose and the Runnin Bulldogs.
Hi, I'm Rob Lowe, and I have DirecTV.
And I'm super creepy Rob Lowe, and I have cable.
With DirecTV, you get 99% signal reliability.
Now that's reliable. My cable's out, so I'm down at the rec center watching folks swim.
I love that I can watch my shows and be worry-free.
And I love the smell of other people's hair.
Don't be like this me. Get rid of cable and upgrade to DirecTV. Call 1-800-DirecTV.
You are watching the American Sports Network.
Fast, so grab it while it lasts. Gardner-Webb Athletics would like to thank Chick-fil-A Express for providing the press box with us today. And fans, if you look in the back of your ticket stub, you'll find a coupon for free Zappetizers at Zaxby's of Shelby. Keep your Gardner-Webb game day tickets and pick up your Zappetizer following church tomorrow or before that Study Sunday group.
Tough start for the offense. We have seen 3 offensive possessions combined between these two teams for a total of -3 yards.
That's a stretch calling them offensive possessions.
Beatty going deep down the right sideline and a little bit too deep.
Stephen Sandu in coverage there. It's just a go route, trying to blow by everybody. Stephen Asandu with excellent coverage and nowhere to throw it.
And Asandu, a little grab there.
That's incidental contact. We're allowed that.
Second down coming up for Gardner-Webb. Looking for running room and forced out of bounds. Nowhere to go. So still both teams offensively unable to get anything going. We look at Juwan Blunt, a senior out of Wingate, North Carolina, team's leading rusher.
You know, you get in a situation like this and you're thinking, is it really good defense or is it really bad offense? And I think it's good defense. That's my assessment early, but I'm not 100% convinced of that yet.
Third down.
Obviously doesn't like the play called, so he's up there changing it. That's senior leadership.
Presbyterian making changes on defense. Beatty, as he's hit, releases and just cannot connect down the right sideline. Looking for Deontay Swinton, a senior wide receiver for Gardner-Webb, and fourth down again.
There's almost 2 guys in the same area there, Jeff. I don't know if that's the way the play was designed. Watch Beatty get popped as he lets this one go. And then you see Swinton right there, and I think that's Kenny Cook coming over as well. So maybe not the correct route. Maybe one receiver heard the change and one didn't. Nonetheless, another stop for PC after not a good punt.
Andrew Komornik, the punter for Gardner-Webb, now a chance to pin Presbyterian back. Jeremiah Mackey sets up back to receive. And once again, he's going to let it go. And this one rolls into the end zone again. So Presbyterian will start at the 20 with 7:41 to play here in the first quarter. Still nothing doing on offense, Nate, whatsoever for both these teams.
No, and they're probing a little bit. Obviously, in the last two out of the last three plays, I should say, Gardner-Webb tried to open it up a little bit by throwing the ball. Presbyterian has not done that yet, but the reason is where they've gotten the ball in the field. They've gotten the ball in really negative yardage, and we talked about the great field position by Gardner-Webb. So I don't think you're going to see PC open it up until they get a little bit out of the shadow of those goalposts.
And again, a run on first down and some positive yardage for Presbyterian here on first down. Well, Hayes McMath, again, the sophomore quarterback for Presbyterian, 1,230 yards passing. He's thrown 6 touchdown passes, and Nate, you and I noticed this during the week. He is actually already third in school history in passing yards, despite the fact he's only a sophomore.
Yeah, he's going to be special, 60% complete. Got 8 picks, which isn't good, but he's a young quarterback. Did not start all the games last year. And he's getting better every week. He's learning. Pretty good throw right there.
Complete to Jordan Hallems, the junior, out across the 40-yard line, and that is our first down of the afternoon.
Todd Varn, the offensive coordinator, knows he has a sophomore quarterback there. Smart play, quick pass and catch, 2-step drop from the gun, threw a strike to Jordan Hallems and got him in a great field position. Now they can open up the offense a little bit.
Pickup of 18 yards on the pass play, first down from the 42. Handoff up the middle and some running room. DeMarcus Rouse, the senior, all the way to the 40-yard line as Presbyterian gets inside Gardner-Webb territory.
A little false step to the right, and Rouse takes it back against the grain, gets to the second and third level, and a huge gain.
18-yard pickup for Rouse, team's leading rusher. 517 yards on the season, 3 touchdowns.
I didn't think he was going to be the man, but with the injury to the Quay Mays in the NC State game, DeMarcus Rouse is the running back for this football team.
McMath on first down, handoff again to Blake Roberts. He has nowhere to go as the middle of that defense for Gardner-Webb pushes him back. It's actually going to be a small loss on the play.
Well, we talked about Philip Fowler and O.J. Mao, who take turns at the nose spot. Carroll McCray challenged them after the Liberty game and didn't think they played real hard in that game. Gave other guys opportunities, and now Fata, the junior, and O.J. Mao, Fata, the redshirt junior, I should say, and Mao, the junior, want to be great football players. In this offense, in this defense, they got to control the line of scrimmage.
Second down, 11. Keep in mind, the leading receiver here is Toby Antigua. Looking for him, but intercepted by the Bulldogs. Picked off in the secondary.
Looks like Cristobal, 43, Steve Cristobal. Got what a great jump on the route. Yeah, there he is, 43, Steve Cristobal. Read the route from the strong safety. He read past quickly, got back deep, and just read the quarterback's eyes. Big time pick, big time turnover. There's the big guys up front. Fata congratulating the linebacker.
Cristobal, the senior, leads the team in interceptions now with 4. And so after our first positive drive, an interception, and now Gardner-Webb takes over again. And they'll hand off up the middle and maybe get back to the line of scrimmage. J.J. Hubbard, the ball carrier.
So weak linebacker, Will, I hate that term because he's not weak. It's the Will linebacker, Duron Dickey, on the short side of the field making a nice play there. It's always interesting the personality of a defense when your offense just threw a pick or just turned it over. You got to get tough and get the ball back or at least get a 3 and out. That's interesting. I don't know who went first, the right tackle or the defensive end. We'll see. Might have been Matt McCalvin, the right tackle.
Offside. Defense number 44. Entering the neutral zone, causing the offside. 5-yard penalty.
Mack,
second down.
the sophomore from Lithonia, Georgia. They're going to say drew the offense offsides. Brings up second down and 6 now for Gardner-Webb. There's Cook in motion as he works into the slot. Beatty rolling out. Scrambling and has to slide to a stop. He'll pick up maybe a yard or two. That's going to bring up third down now for the Runnin' Bulldogs. Good secondary coverage by Presbyterian back there.
Yeah, that was really lucky. That could have been a personal foul because Beatty went into the slide and then he got hit too, but I guess they said it was not. Lucas Beatty can run a little bit if he has to, and that time he had to. Run for his life.
Third down and 4 here for Gardner-Webb. They're 0 for 2 so far in their first 2 attempts on third down. Beatty in trouble. Wrestled down at the 35. Another loss on the play.
I don't know if that was a design quarterback draw or he just saw the coverage and decided I'm going to tuck it, but nonetheless, it didn't work. You can see that looks like a design quarterback draw, and the defense just collapsed. And a multitude of Presbyterian players got him.
Well, this Blue Hose defense is much improved. A couple of times this year holding their opponents to single digits. They held Furman to just 7 points, held Charleston Southern to just 3 points. And Komornik again to punt it away for Gardner-Webb. And false start. That's going to push him back even further.
False start. Offense number 1, 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
Pat Greavy, a referee here this afternoon, making the call. So that will force Komornik now all the way back to his own 15. Carroll McCray, second season as the head coach here for Gardner-Webb, trying to turn this program around.
Well, he's bombing it, isn't he? That's 2 great punts.
Sends Mackey all the way back to his own 18-yard line. Angling to the sideline, trying to get the corner. Couldn't quite get there and cuts it up across the 40-yard line. In good field position now for the Blue Hose.
You know, a lot of times you out-kick your coverage. He did that. Great run back.
2:46 left in the first quarter. Still no score. Presbyterian and Gardner-Webb.
If you don't fix them, sparks from dragging tow chains could cause a wildfire, and that could be scary.
Smokey.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
In the small town of Elmira, New York, a boy was born into an all-American family. The odds of him achieving his dream in the fashion industry? 1 in 23 million. The odds of having a child diagnosed with autism? 1 in 68. I am Tommy Hilfiger, and my family is affected by autism. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs.
Oh, look, a redhead. Staring contest. You still got it.
I know.
Come alive with the forest.
The dad was cute.
You were looking right at us.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
.246 left to play. Still no score here between the Blue Hose of Presbyterian and the Runnin' Bulldogs of Gardner-Webb. Coming up next, here on the American Sports Network, Middle Tennessee, the Blue Raiders, 4-1 in Conference USA on the road, taking on the Panthers of Florida International, 2-4 in conference play. Comes your way at 3:30. Check your local listings. And Back to action, Presbyterian taking over on offense. They actually had a really nice offensive drive to get something going, Nate, on their last offensive possession. 5 plays, 39 yards, but ended in the interception.
Yeah, there's Darrell Wilson. You saw in a little end around there. Makes a nice little move for a couple extra yards. As we said, because of the field position, Coach Nichols is letting Todd Varn open up Todd Varn being the offensive coordinator, open up the playbook a little bit because they got plenty of field to work with. After the pick, we'll see if they attack quick.
McMath looking to pass on second down, able to just keep his balance and then cut down to the 43-yard line.
It's an interesting play. He dropped back, avoided the first guy, and then kind of tripped and just tried to make the best he could make of it. Watch this. He goes back, he pivots around, and he avoids that guy and kind of slips, keeps his balance, doesn't go down, and then eventually timing the play completely destroyed, and they finally got him. Quarterback always trying to stay upright, complete that next pass.
And now on the designed quarterback draw, McMath trying to sneak up the middle. Gets across the 45. Almost makes the 46.
Math is tripped up short of the first
That's going to bring up 4th down now for Presbyterian.
The punters will sleep well tonight because they're working hard so far.
They are getting a workout. Gardner-Webb minus 3 yards total offense. And for Presbyterian, again, after that last drive of 39 yards, cannot do anything this time.
And in this direction, there's not a lot of wind, but you're kicking into a little bit of a wind. Might be a factor in field goals if we ever get close enough to attempt one.
So the Blue Hose punted away. This time a better punt for Presbyterian. And a fair catch at the 23-yard line as Gardner-Webb will try to get something going on offense again. Minus 3 total yards so far for Lucas Beatty and company.
Yeah, they got the pick, but they couldn't turn it into anything. Once again, the defense for Presbyterian after the pick have done really well. That man, there's a lot of defensive coordinators that are intense. Tommy Spangler is in my top 5. Exceptionally intricate in the way he designs his defenses and gets them across to the kids.
First down, a pickup of a couple of yards. Yeah, the defense for Presbyterian, we mentioned earlier, so much improved. 2 years ago, they allowed 38 points per game. This season, allowing just 26 points per game.
Coach Spangler has changed the entire mentality and recruited better players, but the mentality of that defense, and Harold Nichols will credit him 100% with that turnaround.
2nd down and 8. Gardner-Webb just trying to think first downs right now. Still have yet to pick up a first down as we're almost through the entire first quarter. Beatty looking to throw. Over to the sideline, and it is complete. Deontay Swinton, the senior wide receiver, 2nd on the team in receiving, 18 yards.
Well, they cleared out the right side, and Swinton comes underneath from across the field. Well, that's a nice little strike. Gets both feet in. You only need one in college, but he got them both. Nice play.
Swinton preseason All Big South. First down of the game for Gardner-Webb.
All right, here we go. We got one.
So a positive way to end the first quarter on what was a very offensive challenge quarter here for both Gardner-Webb and Presbyterian. Gardner-Webb looking for their first conference win. Presbyterian looking for their first winning season in conference play. We are still scoreless here in the first quarter.
Koch Industries started in the heartland, and we've expanded to nearly every state. Today, that's more than 60,000 American jobs. You may not always see our name on the products you use, but we help make better food, clothing, shelter, technologies, and other necessities. Here, we build on each other's ideas to create more opportunities for people everywhere. Together, we are Koch.
love the community. I love the small classes. I wanted faculty and students to know me. I feel like part of this school. It's not I go to Gardner-Webb, it's I am Gardner-Webb.
Sportsnet is brought to you by CokeCareers.com.
Straight up the middle. Brought down by Ed Britt. Gain is good for 9 yards. It's 2nd and 1 now for the Dogs from the Presbyterian 48.
Senior day here from Spangler Stadium in Boiling Springs, North Carolina after a scoreless first quarter. Gardner-Webb trying to get something going on offense. They just picked up their first down of the game. We've only had 61 total yards of offense so far in this game. As Beatty is back to throw, airs it out, and nobody there. Looking for Kenny Cook.
Well, it's tough to throw to Kenny Cook when Steve Asandu, number 31, and Jalen Lindsey, number 21, are double teaming and bracketing him inside and outside, short and long. It's tough to throw it. He's the best receiver on the field, but it's 2 against 1.
Remember what Harold Nichols told us earlier in the week, Nate? He said, we will know where Kenny Cook is at all times.
Got to.
Little pitch play to the right.
It's a little bunch formation. They tried to get to the edge quickly. Once again, the Presbyterian defense is out there and trying to stop number 22. J.J. Hubbard did a very good job.
Able to pick up the first down. First third down conversion.
Didn't need much, didn't get much. Big David McConnell, one of the defensive linemen up front. 6'3", 305, redshirt senior.
Again, Beatty looking to throw. To the right, caught up near the first down marker. And very close to the first down. Calais Jones with his first catch. Just a sophomore wide receiver here for the Runnin Bulldogs.
Yeah, a little back shoulder throw because of the press coverage by Presbyterian. A nice executed play by Beatty.
Gardner-Webb moving quickly. Handoff up the middle, and the defense again stuffs it for Presbyterian.
Well, let's give credit once again to that Presbyterian defense. They get to the line quickly, but the defense was ready quickly. A lot of times you catch them by surprise. They did not do that today, or in that particular play.
Picks up a yard, so 2nd down coming up here for Gardner-Webb. Boy, and all kinds of movement again. You could see 4 or 5 Presbyterian players move, but might have been some motion on the tight end also for Gardner-Webb.
Yeah, they're pointing across the line.
Yeah, false start against Gardner-Webb.
Mr. Garvey giving us the proper call.
So 2nd and 14 now for the Runnin Bulldogs.
You know, on this end of the field, you got to make something happen. You don't want to punt the ball because you don't gain much yards. You get a little closer, you even go for it. But they got 2nd and a bunch. Oh, good D.
Good defense again. You're right, for Presbyterian, right up the middle. And 3rd down and long coming up for Gardner-Webb. You know, for the Runnin Bulldogs, Nate, they've actually had really good field position today. Remember the first 2 times they were able to get it within Presbyterian territory. And now this time a little drive puts them into Blue Hose territory. But so far they have not been able to get close to the end zone. 3rd down and long coming up.
Mitchell Anderson, number 75, leading the host of tacklers there. Give Lucas Beatty time to throw it. He can hurt you. They're coming after him here. Obvious passing situation.
Tight end Cranfield in motion. Sets up in the slot. Beatty on 3rd down in trouble and sacked back at the 50-yard line. Presbyterian's defense does it again.
You know, they came, Jeff, like they were going to blitz, and they backed everybody off and only went with the front 4. You'll see only 4 white jerseys come after Beatty here. It looked like it was a blitz. It wasn't. And you can see right there, number 93 just got around his man. That's Oku, and made a nice tackle.
Cameron Mack also right there to help assist to bring him down. Make it Jeremiah Mackey back deep to receive. So Gardner-Webb tries to get something going, gets a couple of first downs, but it stalls at the 50. And Komornik again to punt it away. He's been busy today. Another beautiful spiral. And that one out of bounds inside the 10. Komornik has been busy, but the redshirt freshman with another really nice punt for the Runnin Bulldogs to trap the Blue Hose deep in their own territory.
Let me give credit where credit's due. Ugana Ako. Nice play.
Glad you got it right. 3rd time is a charm. Still no score. They're from Boiling Springs.
I'm a teacher. Let me tell you what I make. I make learning a privilege, not a chore, and frustration a tool, not an obstacle. I make working hard seem easy and giving up impossible. I make an old subject feel like a fresh thought and unconventional methods common. I'm a teacher. I make more.
So, same time next week?
Well, of course. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free tips to help you save, go to Feed the Pig.
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
Okay, so what would you bring to my company?
What do you need?
I need problem-solving skills.
I got through high school without a car, a phone, or a computer.
No college degree, though.
Not yet, but life's taught me a lot, and I'm ready for more.
Well, you're not the typical kind of candidate that I hire. But you are exactly what I'm looking for.
Your company could be missing out on the candidates it needs most. Learn how to find a great pool of untapped talent at gradsoflife.org.
College football on the American Sports Network is brought to you by CokeCareers.com.
Back at Spangler Stadium here in Boiling Springs, North Carolina. Chilly day. The temperatures expected to barely creep into the low 40s today as the college football season begins to wind down. Gardner-Webb 0-3 in Big South play, 4-6 overall. Presbyterian 5-5, 2-2 in Big South play. Again, looking for their first ever winning season in Big South play on first down, a running play up to just across the 20. And it should be enough on that first play to pick up a first down, and it will be.
Redshirt freshman Darrell Bridges with some nice room and some nice moves to hold on to the football and get down there.
Yeah, Darrell Bridges has seen quite a bit of playing time over the last couple of weeks. He's appeared in 8 games now and approaching 300 yards for the season.
Well, they're starting to control the Fata, Mal, whoever's in there, middle of that defensive line, and that makes lanes open up. There's another good one.
Bridges again up close to the 30.
When you can control the defensive line and the middle of that defensive line, in that particular play, O.J. Mao is in there, you can make things happen. Dylan Salmons, the center, and Devin Ritter, the right guard, went to junior college together and obviously came here together. Doing a great job up front, both seniors.
McMath, the sophomore quarterback for Presbyterian, on second down. On the handoff, trying to get around to the right side and picks up maybe a yard. Bridges again, the ball carrier. Bridges just a freshman.
That's good fill right there from the linebacker, Donald Bowie. To read the play properly, it's easy to read the play. And then you got to get in position, but then he made the tackle.
Bowie's had a nice year, a couple of interceptions this season for Gardner-Webb, one of the seniors honored before the game here, Senior Day for the Runnin Bulldogs. McMath on third and short, looking to pass, and incomplete out near the 40-yard line. Obviously would have easily been a first down.
Jeremiah Mackey right in his hands, hit him right in the middle of the two. Control it and bring it in.
He's not going to drop many of those.
Watch, it's a hard pass for a right-hander. He's rolling left, squares his shoulders, a little bit behind him, but could have been caught, and nobody knows he could have caught it any more than number 2, Jeremiah Mackey.
Senior second on the team in receiving. Can't hang on to it. And Stephen Dorr to punt it away now for Presbyterian. The punters have been extremely busy. Dorr's been busy, and Komornik, he's going to have to ice his leg at halftime for Gardner-Webb. Hubbard back to receive, gets it out to near the 35-yard line where Gardner-Webb will take over on offense.
Interesting formation. There's a guy in motion in a punt.
42 yards on the punt. Gardner-Webb with the football at the 35 when we come back. Still no score here from Boiling Springs.
You're watching the American Sports Network, Sinclair Broadcast Group's collegiate sports channel, the new home to Conference USA, the Colonial Athletic Association, Big South Conference, Southern Conference, and the Patriot League. In the coming months, watch your favorite college teams across ASN's network of channels throughout the United States. Touchdown. Tune in each Saturday for ASN's live college football coverage. Over 50 games this season. Witness spectacular touchdowns, crunching hits, and fist-pumping, edge-of-your-seat action that'll take your breath away. And later this fall, college basketball comes your way on ASN. Slam dunks, buzzer beaters, he fires it, oh, he fired it! Monster blocks, threes, and more threes. To the tie. Don't miss a minute of all the court-storming action as teams battle for conference supremacy and invites to the NCAA tournament. The American Sports Network, your new home for live college sports.
Bulldog Day shows support for Gardner athletics by joining the Bulldog Club. The Bulldog Club supports scholarship funding for the university's 22 intercollegiate sports. A gift to the Bulldog Club will provide Gardner-Webb student athletes with the opportunity to reach their academic and athletic goals. For more information or to join, visit the Bulldog Club information tab located next to Section 6.
9:18 left in the second. Still no score between Presbyterian and Gardner-Webb. Next week, coming up on the American Sports Network, Gardner-Webb in action again. They'll be on the road. Final game of the year at Monmouth, noon from New Jersey. Check your local listings for coverage.
These
Pass complete. And barely back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a pickup of about a half a yard. Ed Britt, strong safety for Presbyterian College right there to make the hit.
He will hurt you when you catch the ball. If you catch the ball, you're going to catch Ed Britt. And there's Kenny Cook and there's Ed Britt, two of the best players on this football field for their respective teams.
Still under 100 total yards of offense combined between these two teams.
Ed Britt's going to do that a lot. He had 13 tackles at Ole Miss last week.
Looking to pass is Beatty, in trouble again. And a flag on the play.
Brought down behind the line of scrimmage.
We'll see what Pat Garvey and crew come up with, but normally it's a hold back there. Trying to protect your quarterback. I don't know, the Gardner-Webb guys are clapping.
Well, Nate, you and I have been talking about whether this is two offenses that are struggling or two really good defenses. How about these numbers? 11 tackles for a loss and 3 sacks combined between the two defenses already.
Here's the call.
Holding, offense number 83. Penalty will be declined. Third down.
Yeah, take the sack instead. Good call. You just try to protect your quarterback and hope they don't see it because you don't want to get him killed.
Third down and 11 for Gardner-Webb.
But they got caught.
Mike Estes, sophomore tight end. Flying for the hold. Third down and long now for the Runnin Bulldogs. With only 30 yards of total offense on the afternoon. Beatty looking for something here and has to throw it away.
Well, there's a screen play that was called. There was not a screen play that was executed. The whole offensive line rolled out to the right with Beatty, but so did the whole defensive line. There was nothing to do. He just threw it in the dirt. Outside the pocket, obviously you can do that. Outside the tackle box.
So onto the field once again for the 5th time already. Andrew Komornick, redshirt freshman out of Fort Mill, South Carolina. What a day he's had punting so far. 4 punts so far for 181 yards.
That's more than both teams combined offense.
Averaging 45 yards a punt. He's already had 2 over 50. Now this one's going to be low, but does take a favorable hop.
Ooh, tough play.
You know what, though? That's the right play because that would roll at least another 10 yards. So good play by Jeremiah.
He didn't try to catch it as much as he tried to trap it against the ground, which is a good idea because if it keeps rolling, it goes way deeper.
36 yards on the punt from Komornick.
He said, a little breeze you're kicking into going in that direction where he was that time.
Presbyterian once again will take over. Presbyterian did have a drive going back in the first quarter. Started with pretty good field position around their own 40. Drove 39 yards, but then the offensive possession ended in an interception. And on first down, it picked up a couple of yards.
We talked about how last possession, I should say, the Presbyterian offense got something going because they controlled the center, whether it's Fatter or Mao. You know that when the Gardner-Webb defense came off the field, they talked about that. We need to control the center. So we'll see how the chess game proceeds here.
There's the total yards, just 66 for Presbyterian, 30 for Gardner-Webb.
In the second quarter, that's not good if you're an offensive coordinator. If you're a defensive coordinator, you love it.
McMath, pass over to the left side, complete, up across the 40-yard line, near the first down marker. And it will be good for first down.
There's our man Darrell Bridges once again, making things happen all over the football field. We saw him running it last series. Now he catches a little wheel route and takes it up the sidelines to move the chains.
Well, it's interesting. You and I were talking before the game. He wasn't even in the 2-deep this week.
You're right.
But he's seen a lot of playing time over the last couple of weeks.
Well, you give a kid an opportunity, he makes a play, and you keep him in there. Might have seen something in practice and just said, let's give him a shot today because the offense isn't doing anything. That looked like a busted play.
Yeah, a little confusion. Ball is out. Gardner-Webb jumps on it at the 40. And it will be Runnin Bulldogs football. Second turnover of the afternoon on the Blue Hose.
That's Hayes McMath. Nothing there, and he just lost the football. We'll see if it got slapped out or he just dropped it, but nonetheless, Gardner-Webb's got amazingly good field position.
Looked like it was Spencer Havard, a freshman out of El Cajon, California, who jumped on it. So Gardner-Webb, once again, Nate, will have good field position. This will be the 4th time now that they've been inside Presbyterian territory.
And you can see the frustration right there in the face of the head coach of the Blue Hose.
Well, turnovers have been a main issue for Gardner-Webb. They've been outscored 49-7 in points off turnovers over the last 4 games, but today it's been Presbyterian committing the turnovers.
Kicking a fumble.
Keeper around the left side, inside the 15-yard line, down close to the 10. As Tyrell Maxwell, backup quarterback for Gardner-Webb, into the game.
He's more of the runner than Lucas Beatty. And there was no option, there was no nothing. It was just give it to 12 and watch him get around the edge. They sealed the edge excellent, and here comes the run. He's coming right into your living room.
28 yards on the carry.
Big-time athlete, Tyrell Beatty is, or excuse me, Tyrell Maxwell is. Tyrell Beatty be a heck of a quarterback. Mix those two together. They're running the pass.
Handoff goes nowhere. Looks like it's Blunt, the ball carrier. Well, Tyrell Maxwell, he's seen some playing time quite a bit. He's appeared in all 11 games now this year for Gardner-Webb, and he's just a freshman, Nate.
Yeah, big-time athlete, got a gun for an arm. Sometimes he throws it, they say, through the wall instead of to the receiver. But very talented young man, and we saw his running ability 2 plays ago. So dual threat.
2nd down and 9 for Gardner-Webb with their backup freshman quarterback, Tyrell Maxwell, into the game.
A fade route to Kenny Cook, maybe. We just saw picture number 19.
Maxwell rolling right, in trouble, and sacked back at the 16-yard line. The 4th sack of the afternoon.
Maxwell was dropped behind the line by Isaiah Lynn.
He was looking for Swinton going over the middle, but Swinton might not have been open, but he didn't have time to throw the ball. We'll see they move the pocket to the right here, and he's looking at one man all the way, never takes his eyes off of him, and then has no chance to throw it.
Isaiah Lynn, inside linebacker, a middle linebacker actually for Presbyterian College with the sack.
And Kenny Cook was double teamed. Now, Kenny Cook, bottom of your screen, so you get a wide shot, one-on-one. Now they bring another defender over. They're not going to guard Kenny Cook one-on-one all day. It's just not a good idea. You can see linebacker inside, D-back outside.
Maxwell tries to make something happen on his own. Gets back to the original line of scrimmage and then dives forward close to the 10. And it will bring up 4th down now for Gardner-Webb.
We talked about the breeze. It's not a strong breeze, but there's a little breeze in the kicker's face here.
Ball's marked at the 11-yard line. It's a 4th down and 9 for the Dogs.
So Paul Schumacher out to try and give us our first points of the afternoon with under 4.5 to play here in the 2nd quarter.
Good snap, and that Dunlap with the hold, and we'll see if we can get some points on the board.
Schumacher, another freshman, 8 for 16 in field goal opportunities this season. And the 28-yard attempt coming up here. Blocked. Presbyterian able to get through. A live football. On the run is Levent Sands.
Not catching him today.
Down the sideline, touchdown, Blue Hose. And make it Ed Britt, the junior out of Greensboro, North Carolina, takes it all the way back to the other end, 89 yards, as Presbyterian on the scoreboard.
He said he had 13 tackles last week. I didn't know he had that kind of juice. Ball goes down. We'll see if we can see who slapped it down, but Ed Britt nonetheless picks it up and goes forever for the touchdown.
Deron Dickey, one of the outside linebackers for Presbyterian, was actually the player who got a hand on it, and Ed Britt takes it 89 yards for our first points of the afternoon. Brandon Morrow on for the extra point to try and make it 7-0. And he nails it through. So it took almost 2 full quarters, but we've got points on the scoreboard.
Spectacular play, spectacular athlete. He's breathing hard.
Here it is again.
Right there, and number 5 picks it up and had a little bit of trouble eluding the first tackle, and then nobody's catching him. That's why you run all those sprints. There's the attempt. It wasn't a low kick, but there's the block, and there goes Ed Britt. See ya.
Hi, I'm Rob Lowe, and I have DirecTV. And I'm far less attractive, Rob Lowe, and I have cable. With DirecTV, you get 1080p and Dolby 5.1, the industry's best picture and sound. With cable, you get pictures and some sound, too. DirecTV is a theater quality experience I can have at home with all my friends.
I don't.
Don't be like this, me. Get rid of cable and upgrade to DirecTV. Call 1-800-DirecTV.
The next 30 seconds can save you a lot of money. Just do your laundry in cold and stick to full loads. Auto-sleep your computers. Plug your gadgets in a power strip and switch it off when you're done. Headed out? Turn back your thermostat by 10 degrees. And drive sensibly. The more energy you save, the more money you save. Find other great tips at energysaver.gov.
Thank you. You got a king?
Go fish.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today.
Steve Asandu with the block for Presbyterian, and then Ed Britt did the rest. 80 yards on the return, and we have our first points of the afternoon as Presbyterian takes a 7-0 lead here with under 4 minutes left to play in the second quarter. Alongside Nate Ross, I'm Jeff McCarriger. Thanks for watching here this afternoon.
Kind of figured special teams something was going to happen because neither offense was doing anything. And Ed Britt made it happen.
J.J. Hubbard out to the 25. First down coming up now for Gardner-Webb, who will try to get something going on offense with 3:52 to play here in the second quarter. Well, for Presbyterian College, we talked about the much improved defense. They're actually 4th in the country in red zone defense, and they step up and do it again.
Watch Asandu come in here, 31, and just get that hand on it. And then Ed Britt does the rest all by himself.
Ed Britt, the junior from Greensboro, North Carolina, 80 yards flying down the field. And now Gardner-Webb will try to answer. And before they can get the playoff, they're going to delay a game.
Well, Jeff, look at the emotion on the Presbyterian sideline. The sophomore quarterback coughs the ball up. Gardner-Webb makes a couple nice plays, goes down for the field goal, boom, block kick, take it the other way. They're all upset. Coach Nichols, you saw the frustration on his face in the fumble. And then they turn around, that man's upset because he got his field goal blocked, and it's 7-zip.
And Gardner-Webb now backed up. First down and 15. Beatty at his own 15 and fires behind the intended receiver.
Pass intended for Cook is incomplete.
Trying to throw it to Kenny Cook.
Yep.
Kenny Cook's coming across the formation. Beatty might have thought he was going to sit in the zone, and he threw it behind him. We'll see it right here. It's a great shot. We'll see Kenny Cook. He thinks he's going to sit, and he keeps running. He probably should have got in that little window between the two backers. He kept running, Beatty threw it behind him. Both of them not on the same page on that particular play.
Second down and 15. Again, going across the middle and off the tops of the hands of Deontay Swinton.
You got man coverage, too. That's the one you got to complete. He had Kenny Cook going deep and Swinton with a little inside route, and he just missed him. Lucas Beatty, who's thrown for a ton of yards, is just a little off target. There's a good view of it. You can see Swinton right there. Ed Britt, of course, why not, in the coverage, but not a perfectly thrown ball.
Third down and long.
They're coming after him.
Beatty scrambling. Throws it over to the right side, completes right near the first down, and we'll see where they mark it.
Pass is complete to Calais Jones.
And Calais Jones picks up just enough for the first down.
Excellent job by Jones to know where the flag is and get where the chains are and get right to the right spot, and then Beatty throws a strike right there. You know, it's like a basketball player. You make one, you can get him going. Beatty threw a strike there, and he keeps it going.
Beatty, too tall across the middle, looking for one of his big tight ends, Mike Estes, sophomore out of Raleigh. Yeah, Beatty's just been a little bit off the mark here this afternoon. A little bit behind receivers, a little bit too tall.
And pressured a little bit, too.
Yep. And Estes a big target, 6'4", 235. Beatty, the senior, out of Olympic High School in Charlotte.
Offensive line, give Lucas Beatty a little more time, let him get into rhythm. He will throw strikes. He's done it over his entire career.
Beatty 4 for 11 so far here on the afternoon. Looking to pass again. And incomplete over to the right side.
You know, that's an offensive coordinator, Brett Nichols. I'm sure is thinking, how can I get Lucas Beatty in rhythm? Short, quick passes, short outs. Tough to throw it to Kenny Cook because he's being bracketed short and long or in and out on every particular play.
Well, if they're on Kenny Cook, that's the good thing for Gardner-Webb is that as you look to their future, you got Estes, who's a good target, the tight end, just a sophomore. Calais Jones, the other guy, just a sophomore.
Calais Jones having a good game today. That's the combination we talked about. That's the combination that's been good for this team for years. Lucas Beatty to Kenny Cook.
Third down. Over to the right side. Will not be enough for the first down. As Blunt forced out of bounds on that right sideline.
It's a good move. Little J.J. Hubbard get a piece of it back, but not enough. And now try to put Presbyterian in a hole. The defense for Gardner-Webb has played well, except for the block punt. And the defense didn't have a block field goal, I should say. And the defense didn't have a whole lot to do with that. They forced McMath with the fumble. They've played well, and Coach McCray knows it's only a one-score game.
Carroll McCray obviously frustrated for Gardner-Webb as their offense unable to get anything going. Presbyterian with 7 tackles for a loss and 4 sacks already here on the afternoon. And Komornik, the punter, again has been busy. It goes over the head of Mackey, and it's going to roll inside the 5-yard line.
You know, the way Mackey's looking, I don't know if the sun got in his eyes or he just misjudged it, but he looked like he was going to make a play on it and then didn't let it go instead of trying to make a crazy catch. And there you see Coach Nichols talking to him. You got to make your mind up. And they are in tough field position with a sophomore quarterback right here.
How about Komornik now? That is 3 punts here on the afternoon of over 50 yards. Got a favorable roll on that one. 54 yards officially on the punt.
Big South Special Teams Player of the Week to me. I'm just saying.
It's only halftime, not even
You're
halftime.
Right. You're right.
So Presbyterian deep in their own territory. McMath on first down. Handoff up the middle. Blake Roberts, not a whole lot of room, but able to pick up a couple of yards, gets Presbyterian a little bit of breathing room.
Well, we talked about this in the first quarter. When they're in this kind of field position, they don't want to take a lot of chances for 2 reasons. 1, where they're on the field. 2, they have a lead. Worst case scenario, punt the ball back. At least you don't give up points.
If you're just tuning in, Presbyterian blocked a field goal attempt by Gardner-Webb, took it back 80 yards for a touchdown. That's been it so far here this afternoon. Again, a handoff up the middle.
All right, now you got your manageable third down, not the end of the world, 3rd and 4. Now you got the defense guessing. If it's an obvious passing situation, they're, I hate this expression, but everybody uses, pinning their ears back and coming after the quarterback. How do you physically do that? I don't know how you do that.
I don't know, but I don't want to ever see your ears pinned back.
No,
I can tell you that.
I don't want to have my ears pinned back.
I hope I never make you that mad.
All right, Mr. McMath, here we go. Make a play for your team.
Under 90 seconds left to play here in the first half. McMath, the sophomore. Tight end in motion. And a play to the right. It's Darrell Bridges. Loose again inside Gardner-Webb territory. All the way down to the 34-yard line. Darrell Bridges.
The red shirt freshman from Rossville, Georgia, no relation, has come to play today. I wish I had a town named after me. That'd be cool. Great job on the right side to give him a little hole, and man, did he make a big play out of it.
56 yards on the carry by Bridges. And McMath At it again quickly. Handoff around the left side. DeMarcus Rouse looking for room.
Well, he can pop.
Rouse on the carry.
Boy, the freshman, Daniel Bridges, what a game. We talked about a couple pass routes. Watch the right side of the line clear a small hole for him right there at the point of attack, and then he's gone. He's in the third level in the heartbeat. You can see the miss right there from Spencer Havard, and he's gone. Great play.
And I hope I'm giving credit to the right guy. I think it was Ryan Bristow on that right side who made the block to open that up.
Just a little kick out. He made one move to beat the cornerback, and then he just turned on the jets.
McMath and Presbyterian calling the timeout, trying to get some more points here just before half with 48 seconds left.
Harold Nichols has talked to us this week and has talked to me all year about changing the culture of this football team. Changing, obviously, the better athlete, try to recruit a better athlete. But once you get them there, you got to change the culture of their mentality, because this has not been a winning program. As he told us first year, they win a football game. This can do so much to change that mentality, get a win today and win the football game. But he's not worried about winning the football game. He's worried about making the next play. And then the game will take care of itself if you do that. And that young quarterback is trying to make it happen.
Just 78 total yards for Gardner-Webb. Presbyterian 137, looking for more. McMath on the run inside the 25. Slides down to the 24. Another quick timeout stops the clock with just under 40 seconds left to play.
He had Jordan Howlands, he thought open, but he didn't force it. You'll see it here. He's looking to, you can't see 17 in your picture. He's looking at Jordan Howlands all the way and figures, I don't have him. He had Mackey in the pattern too, and then gets a couple yards out of it. That's a sophomore learning on the run right there rather than throwing a pick.
Clock running down to 22 seconds. McMath looks left. Fades it up top into the end zone and incomplete.
Trying to get Hallams again. It's a nice little timing pattern in that he lets the ball go before Hallams makes his last cut. Just couldn't quite get it there. It's a tough fade route to the corner.
Joe Guzman in coverage for Gardner-Webb. 2nd and 10.
Hallams a big guy. Over 180 pounds, a little over 6 feet tall, just couldn't bring it in.
Stops the clock, a little over 15 seconds left. In case you're wondering, for Presbyterian, Brandon Morrow is their field goal kicker. He's only 2 for 5 on the season.
Plenty of time with 2 timeouts in 15 seconds. You can get 3 plays in. You got to make a first down here in a couple of them, though.
2nd down. McMath over to the left side. And completes. Presbyterian will have to take another timeout.
Not a smart play there. You had the sideline. Get out of bounds, stop the clock. Don't burn the timeout. Get a couple yards. You can see the first down marker right behind the official there, but just get out of bounds.
3rd down and 8 when play resumes from the Gardner-Webb 22.
Toby Antigua making the catch. 9 seconds left. You see Harold Nichols, you just mentioned him, and what a great job he's done with Presbyterian turning this program around. Really, you know, it's a really good tale what he's done here at this college, and really it's what Gardner-Webb's trying to do also, and you talked about it, changing the mentality. And, you know, for Gardner-Webb fans, you can see that it's possible. Does it take some time? Yeah, it takes time, but Presbyterian is proof that you can do it.
Well, fans do not have patience, but they need to have patience. I'm going to give Harold Nichols an unofficial award as the best tweeter of all the coaches in the Big South. He's really good at it. Retweeting everything, using the social media to his advantage. And there's McMath. Not a lot of time to work with, but he's still got a timeout left.
9 seconds left. 3rd down and 8. McMath looking and has to throw it away to the right side just to save some time as the clock ticks down to 3 seconds left. And it looks like they're going to take a shot at it. Again, Brandon Morrow, the field goal kicker.
Pressure for the Dogs. It's 4th down and 8 now for PC.
2 for 5.
You just saw Carroll McCray. There's with the baseball cap on. That's Randall McCray's brother, the defensive coordinator. Never seen a defensive coordinator that is not amazingly enthused on the sidelines. It's part of the job.
Flag down, and we'll see what this one's all about.
Intentional grounding. Offense, number 8. Quarterback remains in the pocket. Loss of down. Spot foul. First down, Gardner-Webb.
Well, there goes the field goal try because of loss of down. Holy Moses.
So Gardner-Webb fired up on the sideline.
That was third downs, loss of down, Nixon. Fourth down, Presbyterian.
Yeah. This should be fourth down.
Down, Nixon. Fourth down, Presbyterian.
As he was talking, I'm counting 1, 2, 3. No, they still have one more.
But now,
tougher field goal.
Yeah, and Brandon Morrow again, just 2 for 5. His longest on the year is 31 yards. They'll try and give it a shot. Now, keep in mind, we've talked about this a few times. There is a slight wind that will be helping Morrow here behind his back. Only about a 6 or 7 mile an hour wind. And now Presbyterian's going to call a timeout.
They might rethink this one. I'm sure Coach Nichols is going to say to the young man, "Can you do this?" And of course, he's going to say, "Yes, sir, Coach." But Coach Nichols is going to make the calls. You're going to give him the opportunity. You can see. There's the wheels turning in his head right there thinking about it.
Don't you think with the wind, Nate?
Yeah.
They got to give it a shot here.
No, the other way, no way they give him a chance. This way with the breeze, yes. Now he's talking about the grounding because Harold Nichols is saying, "I didn't see the grounding. I didn't either, I'll be honest with you." And that's exactly what they're talking about. They're not talking about the field goal attempt.
Well, there's no doubt. You know, the first things to look at is if it got to the line of scrimmage. We know that. It got past the line of scrimmage. Was there somebody in the area? No, there was nobody in the area.
And was he in the pocket? And that's what...
I don't think he was out of the pocket. I don't know. We'd have to take a look at it
Mr.
again.
Garvey said he was not. That's why they called the penalty. There's the man of the moment right there, Brandon Morrow.
Well, this would be his longest, as long as they're going to...
Presbyterian has elected to take a timeout to avoid 10-second runoff.
Good explanation there by Garvey. Again, Presbyterian taking the timeout. Being charged with the timeout, so it's a good thing they had one left. They can take the timeout so that they don't have to suffer the 10-second runoff and obviously take us to halftime.
And no field goal attempt. Here we go. One last play.
I still thought they might try and give it a shot, but instead they'll keep McMath out there, their sophomore quarterback. With one final play here in the half, barring a penalty. Looking to the right and intercepted, and that's how the half will come to an end.
Going to go to Hallam's over the middle. A lot of red jerseys there, but just throw in the end zone. You got to take a shot.
And Cristobal, I think, with the interception again, that's his second of the afternoon, and now 5 on the season. Not a whole lot of offense here this afternoon, but one big play. Kenny Cook has been shut down. We saw Maxwell, the backup quarterback, try to get something going for Gardner-Webb, but here was the big play in the half.
That was it, the blocked field goal. Those are the only points we have on the board. Ed Britt taking it to the house.
After the first half here from Boiling Springs, it's Presbyterian 7, Gardner-Webb nothing.
Koch Industries started in the heartland, and we've expanded to nearly every state. Today, that's more than 60,000 American jobs. You may not always see our name on the products you use, but we help make better food, clothing, shelter, technologies, and other necessities. Here, we build on each other's ideas to create more opportunities for people everywhere. Together, we are Koch.
It's a beautiful day out here. Sunny today with light breezes, giving way to clouds in the afternoon. We could see some light precipitation to moderate precipitation later on, followed by powerful storm-like conditions. 90 miles per hour winds are expected. Authorities are asking everyone, stay indoors. Come on, that's it, let's go.
Oh, look, a redhead. Staring contest. You still got it. I know.
Come alive with the forest.
The dad was cute.
You were looking right at us.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
And Anthony Strange, who escort her with her sisters Ashley Strange and Corey Hughes. Her major is computer information system. The coach is right about Carson. Carson has one of the most contagious smiles, and her personality always shines through the negative. Having Carson on the squad has been so wonderful because she always has such a positive outlook and is the definition of team before self when it comes to this 2014-2015 cheerleading squad. She has the drive to be a leader, and it is very evident in how her teammates look up to her. Watching Carson transform into a wonderful young lady these past 4 years has been a joy, and we want to wish her the best of luck after graduation. Ladies and gentlemen, Carson Strange. The final senior cheerleader being recognized today is Caitlin Watts. Caitlin is from Mooresville, North Carolina. Her parents are Scott and Sherry Watts, and her major is nursing. The coach's note about Caitlin. Caitlin has been an absolutely amazing cheerleader to coach these past 4 years. Her sweet, fun, and loving personality can light up any room she walks into and always keeps her teammates smiling. Caitlin has always gone above and beyond to make sure everyone always feels welcome when the new members join the squad each year, and she will definitely be missed next year.
Thanks, Jeff. A Big South battle in Boiling Springs, North Carolina. There's your halftime score. Presbyterian and Gardner-Webb series tied at 18 apiece all time. If it was best of 37, then this would be a very important game. It's not, but still important, both on a combined 5-game losing streak, by the way. Runnin Bulldogs still looking for Big South win number 1. Hi there and welcome to Halftime here on the American Sports Network. I'm Mick Schaefer. Coming up at the half, we'll set you straight on your ASN football schedule for the rest of the day and next week, plus our ASN Plays of the Year. You won't want to miss those. While we're on the subject of not missing things, please be present and accounted for this afternoon for Middle Tennessee and FIU out of Conference USA. What a year MTSU is putting together. Losses to Memphis, Minnesota, Marshall, sure, but all those M's are leading their divisions or conferences. Blue Raiders 4-1 in Conference USA play. That game at 3:30. In primetime, we showcase the Colonial Athletic Association. Albany and Villanova. The Wildcats are in the FCS top 10, but 1 game back of New Hampshire in the conference. Problem is, Villanova and New Hampshire, both Wildcats, don't play in the regular season in the 12-team CAA. But we digress. Albany and Villanova at 7 o'clock tonight. Next week, more games for your viewing pleasure, more Big South for you, more Gardner-Webb on the road to Monmouth, more CAA for you, Elon on the road to James Madison. The Dukes are ranked and rolling, winners of 5 straight. The SoCon is Chattanooga going to Furman, and we'll be there. The Mocs have already clinched the Southern Conference. And a pair of games inside Conference USA. We'll see FIU once again as the Panthers go to North Texas, and we'll see Middle Tennessee again when FAU visits. Stay with us. More halftime is on the way.
Fans, for your support of Artistry in Motion. Without your support, this excellent organization would not be possible. So let's not wait any
Psst, they're coming. Places, everybody.
Light check. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Everything looks good on our end.
And lights.
Come alive with the forest. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
Enroll, we say. We want you to be okay. Enroll, we say. Take care of people for goodness sake. There's a plan for every budget, so don't accept defeat. Now you can get covered and still buy me treats.
You take care of your pets. Now it's their turn to take care of you. Visit getcoveredamerica.org to learn about your health insurance options.
Presbyterian College in 30 seconds. Here goes. Incredible professors.
You've got a beautiful campus.
Students who are fun-loving.
We're only 2.5 hours from the beach.
PC is a caring Christian community.
Great facilities, academic and athletic.
The mountains are just an hour and a half away.
Groundbreaking research. Division I sports.
PC is family. PC is home.
You wanted to be a teacher when you were little, but things changed. Teaching didn't seem that cool anymore. So you decided to become something else. But what would your 12-year-old self say? Amazing things are happening in teaching, so it's time to put it back on your list. Don't try to convince yourself otherwise. You had it right the first time.
So who's going to do what?
I'll pack the dead batteries.
Great.
I'll only put what I don't need into a duffel bag.
Perfect. That's totally unhelpful.
No problem.
Meanwhile, I will try to comfort everyone by speaking in a calm voice. And who is going to handle supplies?
I can forget to do a list for us.
Thanks, pal.
We couldn't be any less prepared. I'm proud of you guys.
Talk to your kids about who to call, where to meet, what to pack. Visit ready.gov/kids for tips and information.
Get your ass up. You're not in here.
Yes, I am.
Move. Give it to him hard.
No. Ow.
Every day, kids witness bullying.
Why are you stabbing me with it? No.
They want to help,
Ow.
but don't know how.
Oh,
Teach your kids how to be more than a bystander. Visit stopbullying.gov.
Well, it's been a chilly day for football here in Boiling Springs, North Carolina, and been a little bit of a tough day for the offense as well. Presbyterian with a 7-0 lead on a defensive play as welcome you back up to the booth. 7-0 Presbyterian at the half, and we are pleased to be joined by the commissioner of the Big South Conference, Kyle Calander. And thanks so much for joining us here at the half, and we'll talk about this game here a little bit, get your thoughts on it. Offensively challenged, but we talked about this, two really good defenses today.
Well, I really expected a close game and a low-scoring game. I don't think everybody agreed with me as far as that went, but we knew PC came in with a very strong defense. It was going to be a cold, crisp day with the wind blowing. So these are two teams that are evenly matched, which really is typical of what we've done this year in the Big South Conference. We've had great competition, evenly matched teams, and you got to play to the end in all these games.
Ed Britt with a huge play there in that first half. It's the only touchdown so far. He went 80 yards. Great play.
Yeah, what a momentum change, right? You know, you got Gardner-Webb ready to go in at one end and then turns around and returns it the whole way. So it's tough on Gardner-Webb's side, but again, you know, it's closely matched. Who knows what's going to happen? You
and I were just talking about this during the break. 4th in the country in red zone defense is Presbyterian, so they step up big and get that touchdown to take the 7-0 lead. All right, let's get to more teams from around the Big South. Congratulations to you and to the conference and to Coastal Carolina, the first ever team in league history to be #1 in the country.
Well, I'm just so proud of the success that these teams are having. You know, we started this, 12 years ago, which really isn't very long when you talk about the history of college football and conferences. And so for us to start with only 4 teams 12 years ago and to build what we've built, get the automatic bid 5 or 6 years ago, and then to have this success where we're second ranked in the country as a conference, Coastal Carolina's #1. We've got great talent and great coaches up and down the league. It's just really gratifying to see that success. You know, I think it was 5 years ago we sat down with our coaches and said, you know, our non-conference success is really miserable. You know, we need to really work on this. And to their credit, they did. They have done a great job. Resources have been put in the program. And now I think our non-conference record against FCS competition is 22-5. Yeah, so it's unbelievable, but it's very special.
The big question is, 2-bid league this year or not?
It should be. Absolutely should be. You know, it's coming down to a big game, it looks like, next week with Coastal and Liberty again for the title. And both of those teams are deserving for access into the in the FCS playoffs, regardless of who wins the conference championship.
Kyle Calander, he's the commissioner. He's been there for 19 years now with the Big South. Overall, let's talk about the TV coverage also. Obviously on TV today with the American Sports Network has been a huge bonus for a lot of programs out of the Big South, but the TV coverage for you guys has really stepped up over the years.
Well, it's really been important to us, obviously, and we're so excited to have the relationship with American Sports Network. Has really filled a gap for us that has provided excellent exposure both in our footprint and outside. So to be able to have these games not only in football but throughout the rest of the year with basketball coming up is really important to us. So this year we've got more television exposure than we've ever had between our relationship with ESPN and then the Big South Network, where every game can be seen at any time, any place, on any device. So our student athletes, our coaches, our programs, they all really deserve that. You see the great success we've had, the great talent, the great experiences and accomplishments that are taking place on the field and on the court. They deserve for people to see what's going on. It's really important to us.
Speaking of success on the court, hard to believe because we're talking so much about college football with the college football season winding down, but how about basketball last night? Some big games and some notable wins last night for the Big South.
Yeah, it's going to be a special season in Big South basketball this year. Charleston Southern tips it off right with a big win over Ole Miss at their place. Exciting game right down to the wire. High Point went 4 overtimes to win in Hawaii last night over Bakersfield, and that was without John Brown, who did not play, and who's the Big South preseason player of the year and player of the year last year, really a wonderful player. And then Andrew Rousey, who comes off his freshman of the year last year, starts off his sophomore campaign with 26 points against Wake Forest. They barely lose that game, but what a great performance. So it's going to be a wonderful season in basketball.
High Point with a big win over Cal Bakersfield. 100-99, as you can see on your screen. 4 overtimes last night in that game. That's a lot of guys are tired today.
Well, I think that'll be a little disappointed. They kept them off the beach for a little while. You know, they're in Hawaii. I say, what's the deal, Coach? You know, it's time to go to the beach. But what a great job. And I know Scott Cherry, the coach there, said the resilience of their kids was just awesome last night in that game.
Kyle, thanks so much for your time. Congratulations on the success and then the new TV network here with the Big South, and we'll see what happens here the rest of this game.
Well, it's going to be a great one right down to the wire, but thanks for being here. We really appreciate your help.
Kyle Calander, 19 years as the commissioner for the Big South Conference. We are back with more here at the half. Presbyterian on top of Gardner-Webb, 7-0.
I've got a job to do today.
I've got a job to do today.
Have a good first day at work, Mom.
Your donations to Goodwill fund job training programs right in your community.
Feels good to start fresh, right?
Sure does. And like that, you're a job creator.
You're watching the American Sports Network, Sinclair Broadcast Group's collegiate sports channel, the new home to Conference USA, the Colonial Athletic Association, Big South Conference, Southern Conference, and the Patriot League. In the coming months, watch your favorite college teams across ASN's network of channels throughout the United States. Touchdown. Tune in each Saturday for ASN's live college football coverage. Over 50 games this season. Witness spectacular touchdowns, crunching hits, and fist-pumping, edge-of-your-seat action that'll take your breath away. And later this fall, college basketball comes your way on ASN. Slam dunks, buzzer beaters,
He fires it. Oh, he fired it!
monster blocks, threes, more threes.
For the tie!
Don't miss a minute of all the court-storming action as teams battle for conference supremacy and invites to the NCAA tournament. The American Sports Network, your new home for live college sports.
I'm a teacher. Let me tell you what I make. I make learning a privilege, not a chore, and frustration a tool, not an obstacle. I make working hard seem easy and giving up impossible. I make an old subject feel like a fresh thought and unconventional methods common. I'm a teacher. I make more.
Get caught buzz driving, and you could do some hard time.
Craig, knock it off.
Sorry, Mom. It could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. And that could set you back a few years. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
From Spangler Stadium in Boiling Springs, North Carolina, offense has been really tough to come by for both teams. As you can see the score, 7-0 Presbyterian on top. Normally we look at offensive highlights. This is going to be defensive highlights, Nate.
Yeah, there was just very good defense, not very good offense. And you can see the pocket breaks down right there against the home team. And then this is the play of the first half. The blocked field goal. Ed Britt picks it up, and it's a foot race, and Ed Britt does not lose many foot races. 80 yards for the touchdown, and that's it. 7 zips, the only score we've had this half.
Not a whole lot of offense, not a whole lot of stats as we take a look at some of these first half stats.
Yeah, we talked about the defense playing exceptionally well. Only 225 total yards for both teams, but we got 2 more quarters to go.
Presbyterian on top 7-0. Your second half action comes your way next here on the American Sports Network.
I love the community. I love the small classes. I wanted faculty and students to know me. I feel like part of this school. It's not I go to Gardner-Webb, it's I am Gardner-Webb.
The next 30 seconds can save you a lot of money. Just do your laundry in cold and stick to full loads. Auto-sleep your computers. Plug your gadgets in a power strip and switch it off when you're done. Headed out? Turn back your thermostat by 10 degrees. And drive sensibly. The more energy you save, the more money you save. Find other great tips at energysaver.gov.
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
Oh, look, a redhead.
Staring contest.
You still got it.
I know. Come alive with the forest.
The dad was cute.
You were looking right at us.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
If you don't fix them, sparks from dragging tow chains could cause a wildfire, and that could be scary.
Ah, Smokey.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Presbyterian with a 7-0 lead thanks to Ed Britt taking a blocked field goal attempt by Gardner-Webb back 80 yards, and that has been it. Total offense, 147 yards for the Blue Hose and just 78 for Gardner-Webb. And we are underway here in the second half from Spangler Stadium. That's the 26-yard line. Is Hubbard, and Gardner-Webb will get things going on offense and see if they can make some adjustments here in the second half and move it against this Presbyterian College defense, which has been very stout so far today.
Well, I've always said this. The best in sports at adjusting at halftime are football coaches. They got a lot of input from a lot of assistants. Obviously, they get a lot of thoughts going through there, but they're the best in the game at it. As opposed to basketball, I just think they're better. We'll see if Coach McCray and what kind of adjustments he institutes here.
Lucas Beatty, the senior quarterback, quickly looks to the right. Kenny Cook is there. And almost immediately picks up a first down. Going to be maybe a yard short. So second and short coming up.
Now, I just said the football coaches are great at adjustments. I could have made this adjustment. Throw the ball to Kenny Cook. A quick out. They actually put a little pressure on him. And then good coverage, but it doesn't matter. Kenny Cook's going to make the play with Patterson on the tackle.
Well, Nate, you mentioned it back in the open, too. Kenny Cook at 6'4", about 220.
Yeah,
great opportunity to get some yards after the catch.
Yeah, big kid, big strong kid. Great speed, great hands. The NFL scouts love the potential of this young man.
Second and short, they try a run up the middle, and Presbyterian College, that defense. And a go right there to make the stop. That front defensive line for Presbyterian has been tough today.
Yeah, Eco just comes in from the edge. Absolutely nowhere for J.J. Hubbard to run.
8 tackles for a loss for the Presbyterian defense, 4 sacks. They try and go to the right this time, and Blunt barely able to make it back to the line of scrimmage.
And who makes the play? My MVP of the first half, Ed Britt. Watch this filth in the strong safety spot. You read run, you make the play. Junior Ed Britt, we said 13 tackles last week. Blocked field goal return this week. So far, heck of a play right there.
And right away, we'll see Andrew Komornick, who has been probably one of the busiest punters in America so far today.
Earning his scholarship today.
I can't think of a busier punter today across the country. Lets it fly. End over end. Checks up and will not take a favorable bounce this time, although it does roll inside the 30. Back in the first half, plenty of opportunities for Komornick, and we saw 3 punts of 50 yards or longer. This time just 39 yards on the punt for the freshman. And that'll bring us to our first break. We are underway here in the second half from Boiling Springs, North Carolina. Presbyterian on top by a touchdown.
Thank you. You got a king?
Go fish.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today.
In the small town of Elmira, New York, a boy was born into an all-American family. The odds of him achieving his dream in the fashion industry? 1 in 23 million. The odds of having a child diagnosed with autism? 1 in 68. I am Tommy Hilfiger, and my family is affected by autism. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs.
So, same time next week?
Well, of course. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free tips to help you save, go to Feed the Pig.
Seven 0 Presbyterian just underway here in the third quarter from Boiling Springs, North Carolina. Coming up later on this afternoon here on the American Sports Network. Middle Tennessee, the Blue Raiders taking on Florida International. How about the Blue Raiders 4-1 now in conference play? That'll be at 3:30 Eastern time. Check your local listings for channels. And later on tonight, Albany, the Great Danes on the road taking on the 5-1 Villanova Wildcats at 7 o'clock from up in Pennsylvania. Presbyterian on offense with a 7-0 lead. If you are just tuning in, the only offense in this game so far was actually provided by the defense. A blocked field goal back in the first half by Presbyterian College turned into an 80-yard return by Ed Britt, and that has been it so far. As the sophomore quarterback, Hayes McMath, sets up again here for Presbyterian. 5-5 on the season, 2-2 in Big South play. The Blue Hose looking for their first ever winning season in Big South play. McMath rolls to the right, finds his man up across the 35-yard line.
Jordan Hallam's out there trying to get the first down. I don't think he got it, but he came very close. Big chunky yards, nice little out. Quick pass on the run. Very accurate throw to Hallam's. Good job by the sophomore.
Third and short here for the Blue Hose.
O.J. Mao, the man in the middle, trying to move him a little. Don't need a lot of yards, but you got to move the big nose tackle.
McMath with the handoff, and on a second effort, we'll see if he got it to Marcus Rouse. Tried to go up the middle, had nowhere to go, and was able to spin around, and I'm not sure if he was able to get it or not.
Well, we just said there's nowhere to go in the middle unless you control it. Great second effort, great effort to move the chains. First down to Marcus Rouse. That was a heck of a play. That was nothing. You're right, that was a loss. That was all Rouse.
Rouse, the school's all-time leading rusher. 22 touchdowns.
O.J. Mao took up space and stopped everything, and Rouse just kept those feet moving and spun out of it.
McMath, quick pass to the right to miscommunication there. Looking for Chris Hurley.
It looked like he was looking, McMath was looking for the out. Receiver was looking for the seam route, and that doesn't work usually.
Second and 10.
Actually, Antigua over there on that right side.
Timing patterns, but you got to be on the same page. They were not.
Actually, Aaron Cook that also got just a piece of that. Looking at it again, Nate.
Yep.
Aaron Cook, the outside linebacker for Gardner-Webb. Handoff up the middle, and again, nowhere to go. We've pretty much seen that all afternoon. That's been a theme on both sides.
Yeah, both interior linemen on both sides of the football are playing really good. And Marcus Rouse earned every inch of those couple yards he got right there.
Third down and 8 for Presbyterian with a 7-0 lead as McMath now looks to the sideline.
3rd and 2. Rouse got it last time. This is 3rd and a lot more than 2.
Rouse set up as tailback, couple of wide receivers.
Said a lot. Gardner-Webb doesn't blitz a lot because they're so good up front. They really don't have to.
Presbyterian just 2 for 7 on 3rd down conversions. Sack from behind, ball's loose. Gardner-Webb's got it at the 30-yard line.
Talked about they don't blitz much. They did a little there, but the interior lineman, there he is, big number 91, O.J. Mao, a Buck Buchanan list potential award winner. There's the drop back. Watch 91 right up the middle. He hits him so hard the ball just comes out. What a break for the home team.
Donald Bowie
fights off the block, makes the tackle for loss and the forced fumble all in one play. And he's fired up about it.
Donald Bowie, the senior out of Gainesville, Florida, able to pick it up.
There's a haircut I wish I could have.
So again, Gardner-Webb with good field position off another turnover by Presbyterian. But again, Beatty in trouble. Another sack for the defense for the Blue Hose.
Now you talk about turning the ball over, and Presbyterian has done it obviously a couple times today, but guys like Isaiah Lynn in the defense has been amazingly resilient when they've turned it over. You'll see 16 Lynn come in right there and gets a piece of the quarterback, but the defense on the sideline, you know they're a little down when, oh geez, we just turned it over, and they come in and make heck of a play.
Isaiah Lynn gives Presbyterian their 5th sack of the afternoon. And now 2nd down and long for the Runnin Bulldogs. Handoff up the middle. Blunt with nowhere to go. Picks up maybe a yard or 2.
Big number 75, Mitchell Anderson, among others, just nowhere to run. For Juwan Blunt that time, J.J. Hubbard previously, it's just there's no run yardage there. Juwan Blunt banged up all year. playing in his last home game today.
Beatty, the senior quarterback, 4 wide receivers. Here on 3rd and long.
Well, they're sending everybody.
Steps up, avoids the pressure initially, looking down the sideline, and incomplete. 4th down coming up for Gardner-Webb as the Presbyterian defense steps up again.
You know, Jeff, I really thought once Beatty got past the first line of this blitz, I thought he was going to continue to run with it. But then he chucked it incomplete.
Down to 16 now from the PC 35-yard line.
Easy to say for me. Up here it looked like he had yardage. There's guys in white shirts that want to break his head.
Andrew Komornick out again. Freshman's been busy out of Fort Mill, South Carolina. Chance to try and pin the Blue Hose deep on their own territory here.
That's perfect. Get that point of the ball up in the air, and hopefully it will not go forward much. It doesn't. What a great kick.
Komornick has been the MVP so far for Gardner-Webb. Lands it inside the 5.
Used to be you kicked it out of bounds in the old coffin corner. Now you just kick it so the point goes up. Ball dies. Great kick.
32-yard punt. Traps Presbyterian down at their own 4-yard line. Blue Hose with a 7-0 lead.
Presbyterian College in 30 seconds. Here goes. Incredible professors.
You've got a beautiful campus.
Students who are fun-loving.
We're only 2.5 hours from the beach.
PC is a caring Christian community.
Great facilities, academic and athletic.
The mountains are just an hour and a half away.
Groundbreaking research. Division I sports.
PC is family. PC is home.
Halftime score, Duke 10, Virginia Tech 7.
Let's go.
6 minutes, 57 seconds left before the half. Pittsburgh 21, North Carolina 7. And with 10 minutes and 58 seconds left in the third quarter, South Carolina and Florida are tied at 10. Also at halftime, Ohio State 17, Minnesota 14.
Hey, let's go, man.
Presbyterian with a 7-0 lead over Gardner-Webb as the Blue Hose on the road here in Boiling Springs, North Carolina. Coming up next week here on the American Sports Network, it'll be Gardner-Webb again. This time, the Runnin Bulldogs on the road to take on Monmouth up in West Long Branch, New Jersey. Noon kickoff. Check your local listings for the American Sports Network channel.
Monmouth with a tough task later today at Coastal Carolina.
Presbyterian in a tough spot here with the ball at their own 3. Running up the middle and give themselves a little bit more room here on 2nd down.
You know, you always say in the shadow of your own goal line. They really are in the shadow of the goalpost right there. It's kind of cool where the sun is, so I'm not lying when I say that.
Stop at the 7-yard line. That's a gain of 4, 2nd and 6.
There's the McCray brothers, head coach, baseball cap, defensive coordinator. My haircut.
Not quite. He has way more than you have.
Yes, he does. I was just lying.
Handoff again around to the right. And a pickup of another 3 or 4 yards.
Now, Harold Nichols is down there, and I know he probably walked to his offensive line and said, guys, help us out here. He's not going to say this. I'm not chucking the ball in my own end zone here. You need to get us a first down, and then we will let Hayes do his thing. And they are 3 yards away from making that happen in this first possession. Big 3 yards. There he is.
Third down conversions. 2 for 8 for Presbyterian. Just 2 for 11 for Gardner-Webb. McMath on third down. Passes to the right. Nice catch. And out to near the 30-yard line. Really nice catch made by Toby Antigua.
What did I tell you right when we were in that break? I pointed towards Toby Antigua and I said, this kid's got to make a play. Quick slant is good as a run. Watch this. Quick slant, throws it up. Great job with his hands, and then gets a few afterwards. Toby Antigua is a heck of a receiver. Nice pitch and catch right there.
Antigua, great size, 6'4", 225. First down here for the Blue Hose.
Now they got decent field position. The turnover won't kill you here. It kills you where they first got the ball.
They go to Bridges around the right side, gets a little bit of room. Across the 35 and a big hit out near the 37-yard line.
You can see Antigua with a nice block there to give Bridges a couple extra yards. Now Bridges is having a heck of a game.
And a flag on the play.
Bradley Taylor looks like he got dinged up on that left shoulder a little bit, number 47.
Couple of flags down on the field.
We will sort it out. Mr. Garvey will report. He's pointing in the wrong direction if you're a Blue Hose fan with his thumb right there. We might have a couple fouls on this one.
Yep.
There are multiple fouls on the play. Holding offense number 89. After the play ended, personal foul, offense, number 9. Both penalties will be enforced. First down.
That's tough, boy. That's going to back him up a bunch.
That will take the Blue Hose way back after the nice gain by Toby Antigua, the senior wide receiver for the Blue Hose.
You want to be a college quarterback? Watch this. Boom. Bradley, excuse me, I should have said running back. Bradley Taylor delivers the blow and pays the price. Looked like he dinged up his left shoulder, but back in there, never came out of the game. That's a defensive mentality.
And Taylor, one of the seniors, you know, he doesn't want to come out of this game on senior day here from Spangler Stadium.
Well, we talked about the Antigua catch, got him out of a hole. Guess what? They're right back in it again.
First down and 30 for Presbyterian.
First down and 30.
They worked so hard, and then 2 penalties just killed you. Same play, 2 penalties.
All the way back to the 9. McMath now with a lot of work to do. They'll try to go up the middle, and that has not been open at all today. So Bridges nowhere to go.
Front 3, Tyler Huff-Jenkins, 77. That man right there, O.J. Mao. And then the freshman who's played really well on the other side of the line, LaRon Glenn, 94. They just plug it up. Whistles blow, a lot of red shirts, not a lot of white shirts, and the freshman who's had a heck of a day, Bridges, has nowhere to go.
I'm sure Presbyterian is tired of seeing O.J. Mao today, but they're going to have to put up with him next year, too. Mao is just a junior. McMath up the middle. Able to get a few yards back as he dives out near the 15-yard line.
Well, what makes this play a little easier for McMath is it's only a 3-man front. So if Dylan Salmon's the center, makes or allows or forces Mao to go one way, McMath knows he's going the other way. The A-gap's open one way or the other. They got a couple, or a few, a small opening, I should say, and got a couple yards out of it. Once again, a huge third down conversion. It was 3rd and 2 last time. It's 3rd and forever this time.
3rd and 25. McMath, the sophomore. Little dump-off play to Bridges across the middle. Up to the 26-yard line, but still will be well shy of the first down, and Presbyterian will have to punt it away.
Well, he got half of it, but he got him out of a hole. Now they can at least get across the 50 on the punt maybe. There's the little swing pass inside the Bridges, and he works like crazy to get what he can get, but he needed to get a ton and just couldn't get that much.
If you're a Presbyterian fan watching this game, you have got to be thrilled with Darrell Bridges.
Oh, absolutely.
Just
He's a freshman.
Yeah.
Didn't play a lot and had a heck of a game.
Stephen Dorr to boot it away. He'll be punting into a slight breeze.
Pretty good kick.
Well, both punters have been really good today. Hubbard inside his own 30. Able to get down the sideline out to about the 35-yard line. Decent starting position here for Gardner-Webb, who has got to get something going offensively for the Runnin Bulldogs. Nate, just 81 total yards of offense up to this point.
Well, we talked about the great combination in the open of Beatty to Cook. If not allowed to get it to Cook, they got to find a different way to get him the football.
4:47 left to play in the third quarter. Presbyterian still leading 7-0.
Have you ever imagined getting away from it all? Dreamed of sand between your toes? A place where the term online has a whole other meaning. Where the beach is just outside your window. Window shopping just steps away. And your worries miles away. A getaway that gets you closer to the lifestyle you've always dreamed of. Discover Bay Creek. Nestled in Cape Charles on Virginia's eastern shore, Bay Creek offers signature golf, private beaches, the new Beach Club fitness facility, world-class marina, and a sense of community that will soon have you calling this getaway home. Visit us online to explore the 10 uniquely crafted villages that make up Bay Creek. There's an option for every lifestyle, from low-maintenance townhomes, quiet cottage-style neighborhoods, to estate-style dream homes. Visit us online to explore all the real estate opportunities or to book your Bay Creek getaway today. Welcome home. Welcome to Bay Creek.
Score for the Southern Conference with 10 minutes left in the third quarter. It's Furman 24, Wofford 14.
Presbyterian still with the field goal block taken back for a touchdown, 80 yards by Ed Britt, and that is still it as far as the offense goes. I'll take a look at the scoreboard today around the Big South. Monmouth at #1 Coastal Carolina coming up at 3 o'clock, and Charleston Southern at Liberty at 3:30. So two huge games coming up. And again, congratulations to the Big South. Coastal Carolina #1 in the country. First ever league team to be ranked #1.
We've had them a couple times. They are very, very talented and on a roll, 10-0.
Tyrell Maxwell into the game here for Gardner-Webb. Able to get some positive yards, a pickup of about 2. The starting quarterback, Lucas Beatty, the senior for Gardner-Webb, 6 of 15 today for just 55 yards. And again, with Gardner-Webb only getting 81 total yards of offense so far, the Runnin Bulldogs trying to switch it up and get Maxwell into the game and get something going here.
Presbyterian.
And we talked about Tommy Spangler, the defensive coordinator for the Blue Hose. I know he prepared for both quarterbacks, but did the kids listen for the second quarterback? And now they're facing him right here, Tyrell Maxwell.
Maxwell just a freshman. Out of the shotgun on second down, fakes the handoff, dumps it off on the left side, and a pickup of about 4 yards.
Maxwell's pass is complete to Mike Estes.
So Mike Estes, the sophomore out of Raleigh, with a reception, and 3rd and short coming up now for the Runnin Bulldogs.
There's a lot of pressure in the quarterback's face here. Watch Maxwell gets out of it, out of the pocket, and then makes a nice quick throw before he gets popped to Estes. A nice little game.
Nice catch, too. It's just a hair behind him. Good hands by Estes.
Tough for a right-hander to roll left. There you see the numbers, and the freshman Tyrell Maxwell. I don't know why I want to call him Cordell. Ooh.
Sack from behind. 6 sacks now in the afternoon for Presbyterian.
Kari Rozier nailed the freshman right there, number 50 from the other side. Watch this. I'm going to throw it. Look out. Never saw him coming. The left tackle will be talked to on the sideline.
Maxwell fortunate to hang on to that. Not sure if you picked it up on that replay, but it looked like he might have bobbled it for just a second, able to hang on to it. Again, Komornick, the freshman punter, out for Gardner-Webb. And 4th down and 10. A little bit of a wind as he gets this one high into the air. Mackey is back, makes the fair catch at the 25-yard line. 40 yards on the punt. The sophomore quarterback Hayes McMath comes back out of the field here for Presbyterian.
You know, as poorly as as Gardner-Webb has done offensively, they're one play away from tying this game up. And those kids have to believe that a little drive and one play, we got a tie football game.
Presbyterian has been starting to move the football as of late. They've been looking for Antigua a little bit more. And of course, the freshman Darrell Bridges having a big afternoon. Hand off up the middle. A pickup of about 4 yards in the play.
It's hard to tell the difference. Yeah, 29's Rouse, 23 is Roberts, and 9 looks like a 3 sometimes. But that was a nice little run for DeMarcus Rouse, the workhorse of this offense. LaQuay Mays was supposed to be the featured back. He got hurt at NC State. Hip surgery right there in Raleigh, out. And DeMarcus Rouse became the man for this running attack.
Mackey in motion. Again, they hand it off to the right side. And again, a pickup of about 3 yards as they'll try to chip away now. 3rd and short coming up for Presbyterian.
DeMarcus Rouse is a workhorse. 6'1", 225 pounds. He will pound you between the tackles. Has good speed, not phenomenal speed on the outside, but he'll get you the yards. And they need a DeMarcus Rouse kind of run right here. 3rd and a couple. Got 3 rushing touchdowns. A little over 500 yards coming into today on the ground.
Rouse sets up behind McMath. He'll get it again, tries to push forward. He'll have enough for the 1st down, but it's a flag on the far sideline.
Penalty flag on the play.
Gentlemen in the stripes have been busy in this 2nd half.
There is no foul for illegal formation. Results in the play. Down.
Got to have enough guys on the line of scrimmage. They didn't think they did, but they reassessed it. You see DeMarcus Rouse going out. Going to deal with the training staff. It's something on the right side of his body. Something should hurt. He's been banged all day long. I wouldn't be able to walk off the field. He did.
1st and 10 here for Presbyterian. Going into the wind here in this 3rd quarter, which is quickly winding down. A little over a minute left. And just before McMath can come to the line. Timeout called by the Blue Hose. Well, that took a long time because it took a while to get Rouse to the sideline. You could see the clock winding down.
Yeah, and they didn't want to. The huge penalty knocked him way back after a big gain. That man right there didn't want his team to waste 5 yards. So Harold Nichols calls a timeout and talks about it.
It's great to talk to both these coaches as they both, appreciate this rivalry. These two teams have been playing against each other for a long time. And for Harold Nichols, graduate of Presbyterian back in 1989, he was a quarterback. This is actually his 3rd stint now as a coach of Presbyterian.
Both coaches, former players on their respective teams. I thought Coach McCray had the greatest line ever. I said, Coach, do you remember your senior year, your last game at home? He goes, yeah, my uniform wasn't very dirty that day, is what he told us. But of course, this is the last game at home for Gardner-Webb, not the last game as we just talked about and promoted earlier. They're going up to Monmouth next week.
Yeah, we had a chance to catch up with both coaches for about a half hour each during the week. Appreciate their time. It was great. The chance to talk to them and get to know them a little bit. Passing complete across the middle.
Mackey was open. He's saying somebody grabbed his jersey. He kind of went up the field instead of more across the field. He goes across the field. He makes that catch. He turned it up, and then once again, McMath and Mackey just couldn't get quite on the same page.
2nd down and 10 coming up for Presbyterian. Presbyterian has been able to move the ball at times. They're up to 200 yards of total offense. 3 turnovers, though, have really hurt them here this afternoon. Again, trying to go up the middle, not a whole lot, but they do pick up about 3 yards. Bring up 3rd down and long.
Remember, last time they had this kind of situation, Antigua, 84, with a quick slant. She's going to set up on the right side. That situation is there again if they want it. We'll see if they go to it.
McMath trying to work quickly, but now looks to the sideline as they'll slow things down. Antigua set up to the right. Mackey in the slot to the left. Bridges right behind him. Daryl Bridges, again the freshman, with a big afternoon for the Blue Hose. Third quarter winding down. McMath on third down, looking to pass. Fires it over here on the near side and incomplete out of the hands of Jordan Hallams.
Tried to go a little comeback route to Hallams. Hit him in the hands, just couldn't bring it in. It's tough when you're coming back to the football and your momentum is coming straight back. Watch, Hallams is coming back to the quarterback, but the ball's thrown to the outside. That's a really difficult catch to have to make. You come back to give yourself a better target, you got to throw it between the 1 and the 7. McMath threw a little outside and they couldn't finish it.
Stephen Dorr back to punt again for Presbyterian. He's having a good afternoon. Dorr's had a couple of blasts. Again, this one will be into a gentle wind. And a spiral that is fair caught. And at the 24-yard line. 36 yards on the punt. Gardner-Webb just 81 total yards of offense. They've already made the move. They had Lucas Beatty, obviously their senior starter. But Beatty, after going 6 for 15 and just 55 yards passing, they decided to make the move and bring in Tyrell Maxwell, the freshman, to try and kickstart this offense.
And Gardner-Webb will have the slight breeze we've talked about at their back in the last quarter, and in 7.8 seconds, we will be there.
Beatty back in. Swinton in motion into the slot on the left side. Beatty to throw on first down, finds Swinton. That's the 28-yard line with forward progress.
Well, we showed Ed Britt's great recovery of the blocked field goal, but he's having a heck of a day playing defense as well, makes a tackle there.
Third quarter comes to an end. Still the only touchdown of the game by Presbyterian off a blocked field goal, returned 80 yards by Ed Britt. So 7-0 Presbyterian with the lead as the fourth quarter. We'll get underway. We'll have it for you next here on the American Sports Network.
Koch Industries started in the heartland, and we've expanded to nearly every state. Today, that's more than 60,000 American jobs. You may not always see our name on the products you use, but we help make better food, clothing, shelter, technologies, and other necessities. Here, we build on each other's ideas to create more opportunities for people everywhere. Together, we are Koch.
Hi, I'm Rob Lowe, and I have DirecTV.
And I'm super creepy Rob Lowe, and I have cable.
With DirecTV, you get 99% signal reliability. Now that's reliable.
My cable's out, so I'm down at the rec center watching folks swim.
I love that I can watch my shows and be worry-free.
And I love the smell of other people's hair.
Don't be like this me. Get rid of cable and upgrade to DirecTV. Call 1-800-DirecTV.
What are we waiting on?
Presbyterian with the lead, but Gardner-Webb with the football as we begin the fourth quarter. Second down and 5. Lucas Beatty, the senior quarterback. Back in, fires over to the right side for a small gain. It will bring up third down, though, for Gardner-Webb. Well, Nate, you and I mentioned it earlier. We talked to Harold Nichols for Presbyterian, their head coach, earlier in the week, and he made no bones about it. Their number one priority was to know where Kenny Cook was at all times, and so far so good for Presbyterian. Cook just 2 catches for 8 yards. The pitch play to the right, busted. Presbyterian comes in, another tackle for a loss.
Well, it looked like it was going to be a pitch and then a throw down the field, but it's funny. I'll talk about it after this play. You see the pitch and everything just breaks down because of the big-time read by Deron Dickey. But every time
Andrew Kamornick to kick.
Kenny Cook goes out, number 26, Byers and Corey Wright just run to him and at him. So he's got 2 guys on him all day long.
Kamornick will have to punt it away again for Gardner-Webb on 4th and long. Low kick, fielded back at the 42-yard line. Mackey gets across the 45, so good field position coming up for Presbyterian. And for Presbyterian, by the way, on that last play, another tackle for a loss and technically a sack, and that is now the 2nd most sacks in a single game for the Blue Hose since joining the Division I ranks.
I really think the one thing Presbyterian hasn't done this game that they've done a lot in the past is use the tight end a little more. They got 2 big dudes there, man. Chris Hurley at 6'4", 230, and Perter at 6'3", 240. They're very good pass catchers. They might be needed here because it's just something they haven't shown yet.
Antigua in motion. They run it around to the left side. A small gain on first down.
Joe Bridges carrying. Jenkins.
You got to have something in the back pocket you haven't shown yet this game. Maybe this year for a situation like this when you need a play to seal the deal. They're only up 1 score, and we're in the last quarter.
Second down. Quick strike over to the left side to Antigua, who picks up the first down.
Now, unlike Kenny Cook, when he goes out, he's double teamed. They're playing Antigua straight up. He just made a quick out, big time cushion by the cornerback, and he turns it into a nice gain and a first down. Toby Antigua's had a ton of catches this year, but no touchdown catches this year. Kind of unusual.
Handoff to Bridges, who's had a big day for Presbyterian. Picks up a couple of yards. Yeah, Antigua, the leading receiver with over 500 yards now receiving this year. But like you just said, Nate, no touchdowns this season.
Here's Coach Nichols. I said, would you like to see him get a touchdown? He said, I'd like to see him get 5 touchdown catches today.
Keep in mind here for Presbyterian in this tight game, a 7-0 lead. They turned down the opportunity to 39-yard field goals. That speaks volumes to their kicking game. The place kicker, Brandon Morrow, just 2 for 5, so only 5 opportunities all year. So if you're Presbyterian, you're thinking you got to get in deep. Catch is made over on the right side. Jordan Hallams with a nice pickup and dives inside the 25-yard line.
We talked about the young sophomore, Hayes McMath. When he gets into a rhythm, he gets confident, he gets better. He's getting into a rhythm, he's confident. He threw a strike right there to Hallams, just over the linebacker's outstretched hands. Nice catch for the junior Jordan Hallams.
14 yards on the catch. First down now for Presbyterian with 11:45 left to play. Presbyterian just 1 quarter away from their first ever winning season in Big South play.
And nobody on the field can think about that right now. We can talk about it, but they can't think about it. Next play is all they can think about.
Handoff to Bridges. Finds a little gap as he gets inside the 20-yard line.
Boy, he's my emerging star today here. Didn't even have him on the 2 deep. He's had a heck of a game. Watch him. Watch this little sidestep by Bridges. There's the cut. There's the sidestep. That buys him another 4 yards. There's a young man down at Coastal Carolina named D'Angelo Henderson does that repeatedly and is a great running back. This kid's only a freshman here.
McMath passing on second down off the hands of Mackey here on the near sideline.
Boy, they had a nice little wide out screen there. They just overthrew Mackey, and Hallams was about to make the block to maybe free him to get those last 15, 16 yards to get in the end zone. Just threw it over his hands. He knows it. He's smiling. I love it. When a kid does that and smiles about it, I love to see that rather than get all upset. Next play. That's all you can think about. He knows he had a touchdown if he caught it, too. Same set. There's the freshman, over 100 yards, got one for 55, only 16 carries.
Pass over to the left side. Did he stay in bounds? He did. Nice catch over on the far sideline.
Toby Antigua, that was so close to being a pick. You talk about inches. McMath just fit that into the window, and the window wasn't very big right there. Watch this. I don't know if we'll see the angle on this with the tight window he had to throw it into. There's a lot of red shirts around there, and nice catch by Antigua.
And you're right, from that angle right there, Nate, it's tough to appreciate how he did really thread the needle that left side. There were two defenders right there.
Yep. He's getting better as the game goes on. He's getting better as the season goes on.
First down, here's Bridges trying to find room, but able to just get back to the line of scrimmage. So over 100 yards rushing today for the freshman, Darrell Bridges. Here's McMath, the sophomore quarterback, now 10 for 18 passing for 99 yards.
And there's a man that's trying to stop him. Defensive coordinator McCray for the Runnin Bulldogs.
Second down, McMath has got his man over on the left side again. As the catch is made by Chris Hurley, one of the tight ends. I think you were just talking about that, Nate. Wondering why or when we would see one of the tight ends emerge with a reception.
Well, they fake it up the middle, and that holds the linebacker for a split second, just enough time for Hurley to get an angle and a nice pass from McMath to find him.
McMath, just a sophomore, as a starting quarterback here for Presbyterian. There you see his numbers, 11 for 20 now, over 100 yards passing.
2 picks, but that one was at the end of the half, so it is a pick, but it really doesn't act like one. Look at this run.
Darrell Bridges into the end zone.
That's a happy young man right there. Great job by the right side of the line. We talked about them all day. Dylan Salmons, the center. Devin Ritter, 65, the right guard. And Ryan Bristow, the right tackle. Just were the road graders, and the freshman took it in for 6. It's a happy sideline.
What a drive for Presbyterian. 10 plays, 52 yards.
We talked about how Bridges had over 100. That just added a few more to it. I think he had 106 we showed the last graphic.
His second career touchdown. Extra point attempt. Good. As Presbyterian extends their lead with 9:09 left to play. A 14-0 lead for the Blue Hose. 5-5 on the season, 2-2 in Big South play, and again looking for their first ever winning season in Big South play. Bridges,
watch the right side of this line. Boom, 1 tackle, or 1 block, 2 blocks, nobody touched him.
The freshman, with his second touchdown of the season, has Presbyterian on top, 14-0.
Don't worry, 74 people were picked before me in the NFL draft.
To fight childhood obesity, United Way and the NFL are helping kids play at least 60 minutes a day.
Okay, time for the team obstacle course. Yay!
What this place needs is more healthy kids. To get involved or donate, go to unitedway.org/play60.
Now I get it.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds.
This is the moment I knew his future had no boundaries.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org.
A single ember that escapes from a wildfire can travel more than a mile. That single ember can ignite and destroy your home or even your community. You can't control where that ember will land, only what happens when it does. Get Fire Adapted now at fireadapted.org.
The freshman, Darrell Bridges, having a big afternoon. A 7-yard touchdown run and a 14-0 lead now for Presbyterian. We see the drive, 10 plays, 52 yards. It only took about 4.5 minutes for the Blue Hose to extend their lead.
Darrell Bridges came into this game with a net 37 yards rushing for the season. 37 yards. Not a bad turnaround.
Brandon Morrow kicks it away. Hubbard back to receive, trying to go around that right side, and nice return out to near the 30-yard line for Gardner-Webb.
Austin White made the stop for Presbyterian.
Hayes McMath got into a rhythm. There's Jordan Hallam's on the reception. There's the freshman we just talked about on the run. There's another one to Antigua, to the tight end, and then the freshman seals the deal and puts them 2 scores up.
Again, 10 plays and 52 yards, and now Gardner-Webb has got to get something going here.
A lot of time left. There's plenty of time. You're right. They need a productive drive here. Touchdown be perfect. Field goal be acceptable. Points is what they need.
Gardner-Webb with just 92 total yards of offense against this Presbyterian defense today. Kenny Cook with the reception on the near side, able to dive across the 30-yard line. It'll bring up 3rd down now for Gardner-Webb. Alongside Nate Ross, I'm Jeff McCarriger. Our thanks to Scott Johnson helping out with the stats today. And Scott just handed me this note that Presbyterian has never had a shutout win in their D1 history so far.
He comes up with the good stuff, doesn't he? That's good.
He does. Scott's a great guy.
Second baseman on the baseball team here.
Very good athlete here at Gardner-Webb. Not real happy with the score right now, but he's still doing a good job with the stats.
He's hanging in there with us.
Beatty in trouble on the run. Up to the 40-yard line. Takes a big hit, but a first down for the Runnin' Bulldogs.
Donnell Williams delivered the blow right there, but the pocket collapsed. He made a positive play out of it for a first down. Running for his life, basically, but it worked. And then, boom. It's a tough hit.
First down at the 41. Beatty changing the call. And again, looking to pass, looked right, but then came back to his man, Kenny Cook.
Well, they're finding Kenny Cook. The more times number 19 touches the ball, he might break one. He's that good of a runner after the catch. They just haven't been able to get him the ball till this particular drive.
Second down and 6 now for the Dogs.
Tried to send the tight end to block for him. See, Cranfield goes out there and he gets a couple yards.
4 wide receivers this time for Gardner-Webb on second down from the 45-yard line. Beatty over to the left side to Cranfield. And right at the 48-yard line.
I like that. Cranfield blocks for Kenny Cook last time. Might as well give him the ball. He worked hard previously.
They took a look at it. They're going to say good enough for the first down.
Little rhythm right in here for Gardner-Webb. They got a little something going offensively. Beatty's in rhythm. He's finding various receivers.
Kenny Cook over here on the near sideline wearing number 19. Just 4 catches today for 13 yards.
Got a corner on him and a safety looking at him.
Beatty looking, airs it out down the middle. A flag, and that's going to be interference on Swinton, I would imagine, as he was just trying to do everything he could to stop that one from being intercepted.
Ed Britt would have had the greatest play besides the return block field goal, but we got flags everywhere.
Yeah, 2 flags back inside the 10 and then 1 way back near the line of scrimmage.
Boy, Ed Britt might get bailed out on a penalty against the offense to offset his.
Multiple fouls on the play. Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense number 50. Pass interference, offense, number 7. The penalties will be all set, first down.
Boy, there's a break.
That is a huge break because that was easily going to be a ball that was intercepted.
After the pass, Beatty gets popped. Yep, that's late. They give you a step, they don't give you that much, and they hit him up high, too.
So we'll do it again on first down and 10 with the ball at the 48-yard line. Gardner-Webb running out of time here with 6:15 to play in the game. J.J. Hubbard to the right, nowhere to go. Another loss on the play. Presbyterian's defense has just been stellar here this afternoon.
Stringing out the play, not letting him turn his shoulders up the field. Don't let him run sideways all day long. Eat the clock and not get anywhere.
Presbyterian held Furman to just 7 points earlier this season, held Charleston Southern to just 3 points, and now working on perhaps their first D1 shutout. They've got a 14-0 lead, second down and long here for the Runnin' Bulldogs. Beatty again to the air, and it is caught. Calais Jones able to get free on the left sideline. A huge gain here for Gardner-Webb as they keep the drive alive.
Well, Mother Nature gets the assist on this one. The ball was thrown up in the air. The wind held it. The defensive backs never saw it. Calais Jones did see it. Watch him come back for this one. He sees the ball, he adjusts his route, and he makes a heck of a catch.
37 yards. And now on the ground. They try to go to the outside, and Hubbard able to pick up a couple of yards.
No, nothing inside. He tried to bounce it out, but the rhythm is going. You can see Jones. He sees it. The D-back doesn't. It's Ed Britt. He comes back, makes a heck of a catch. The wind held it up a little bit. Beatty didn't throw a perfect spiral, but it worked.
Yeah, you can see Ed Britt turn his back on the quarterback there just briefly and got just a little bit lost.
That's all it takes, one split second.
Beatty again to throw. Incomplete.
With 4:43 to go, that's not a terrible play. It stops the clock.
Brings up third down, though. Big third down opportunity here, obviously, for the Runnin' Bulldogs. Run out of time.
You got the tight end, Cranfield. You got Kenny Cook on a fade because he can outjump basically any D-back. I don't care if there's 2 of them on you. He can go and make a play. That's what he does.
Keep in mind, Presbyterian's defense 4th in the country in red zone defense.
Obviously, they're not going to go for the field goal. Lucas Beatty, not a great completion day, but it doesn't matter. He needs 2 scores. Got him.
Cross the middle, Kenny Cook with the touchdown. And Gardner-Webb on the scoreboard for the first time here this afternoon.
You could see that there was no double coverage. Shawnquille Byers got beat by maybe the best route runner in the league. That was a quick touchdown to Kenny Cook. Watch this. He's looking at him all the way. There's only one receiver to look at. The other man that normally double teams against Britt blitzed. One man on the defender, one man on the receiver. Kenny Cook's going to make the catch.
Well, we were just talking about how quiet Kenny Cook had been. But comes up with the touchdown. The extra point is good, but there is a flag on the field. So Kenny Cook, the senior, out of Cross Hill, South Carolina, with the touchdown, his 5th of the season.
Offside, defense number 31. Penalty is declined. PAT is good.
That makes it 14-7 as Gardner-Webb tries to stay close as we take a look at the touchdown again.
Shawnquille Byers had help all day long from Corey White. He didn't on this play. It cost him 6 points.
Hi, I'm Rob Lowe, and I have DirecTV. And I'm far less attractive, Rob Lowe, and I have cable. With DirecTV, you get 1080p and Dolby 5.1, the industry's best picture and sound. With cable, you get pictures and some sound, too. DirecTV is a theater quality experience I can have at home with all my friends. I don't. Don't be like this, me. Get rid of cable and upgrade to DirecTV. Call 1-800-DirecTV.
Tell me what you're going to be doing next weekend.
I am going to the men's and ladies Runnin Bulldogs basketball game, and so is everybody else here.
That's right. We are starting basketball season next week, okay? We have a women's game Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. And the first men's game is November 29th, all right? The game's closest to Thanksgiving. If you bring a canned food item, you get in free. So bring in some canned food items and support your Runnin Bulldog basketball team.
Updated scores from around the country. With 10 minutes and 50 seconds left in the ball game, it's Georgia Tech 25, Clemson 6. End of the third quarter, Duke 16, Virginia Tech 10. With 14 minutes left in the ball game, Florida 17, South Carolina 10. And with 13 minutes and 11 seconds left in the third quarter, Pittsburgh 21, North Carolina 19. Bulldog fans, show your support for Gardner-Webb Athletics by joining the Bulldog Club. The Bulldog Club sponsors scholarship funding for the university's 22 intercollegiate
14-7. All of a sudden, Gardner-Webb not out of this one yet after a 10-play, 71-yard drive that took a little over 4 minutes.
Well, you and I were just talking. You think they're going to onside kick or not? There's Kenny Cook sitting on the sidelines. If Kenny Cook is not on the field, I don't think they're going to do that because he is one of the best hands guys on this team. There you can see his numbers. Not a lot of catches, not a lot of yards, but the right-hand column's all that counts right now. They got the touchdown.
4:39 left to play, and yeah, keep your eye on him. If he comes off that bench, you're right, we might see an onside kick, but it does not look like we're going to see it again.
And if they want one, they'd be yelling, Kenny, Kenny, where are you? They have all their timeouts left, but they got to rely on their defense if they kick it off, and it looks like they're going to kick it off. And PC is not up there with the hands team. So we'll see what happens.
Grayson Gregory will kick off for the Dogs.
Grayson Gregory to kick it away here for Gardner-Webb.
Ben Sands and Jeremiah Mackey deep.
Short kick. Fielded by Mackey. Across the 30, up to the 32-yard line.
That just tells me that the McCray brothers are relying on this defense. They need a 3-and-out, and they need the ball back.
Here's that last scoring drive for Gardner-Webb to get on the scoreboard. This was the big play, Nate.
Yeah, that's the one that should have been offensive interference, but an offsetting penalty. He raced it, and then there's the nice catch. He comes back for the football, and then there's the finish.
So a big penalty, big completion to Calais Jones. And then Kenny Cook finishes it off. From 10 plays, 71 yards. And McCray's Runnin Bulldogs not done yet in this one, as Presbyterian now will try to chew up some clock as they run it around to the left to pick up of about 3.
Well, Dow Bridges has been the man today. They might as well give him the ball and let the offensive line do their thing to try to get a couple, 3 first downs and run this clock out. On the other side, Gardner-Webb wants the football back. They've got to get a 3-and-out here.
They also have 3 timeouts available.
Presbyterian is not going to snap this ball with double digits on that play clock, I wouldn't think. McMath's looking right at it. He can see it. He knows when it gets down to 7 or 8, that's when he'll snap it.
Hand off to Bridges.
All right, there's 2 of the 3-and-out. And Coach McCray all over the line judge right there. Stop the clock. We want the ball back. Got to make a big play here.
So still 2 timeouts left for Gardner-Webb as they take one here on 3rd down coming up.
It's amazing to me how in any athletic event, in a close game, it comes down to 1 or 2 plays. This comes down, if Gardner-Webb's going to tie this thing up or win it with a 2-point try, they got to have a stop here.
Presbyterian with the lead here, and coming up here on the American Sports Network, Middle Tennessee, the Blue Raiders, 5-4 overall, 4-1 in Conference USA on the road. They'll be down in Miami to take on Florida International. 3:30 kickoff here on the American Sports Network. Make sure you check your local listings.
I've used this before. I think it's appropriate to say it now. The great Pat Riley had a great quote. In every contest, there comes a moment that separates winning from losing. The true warrior understands and seizes that moment. I think we have that moment right here. Is that too dramatic? Was that too much?
I like it, especially with the music behind you. That was actually really nice.
That's a nice touch.
That'd be a good one for the resume tape. You got to save that. 3rd down and 7. Handoff to Bridges again. Picks up a yard with forward progress, but then shoved back by the Gardner-Webb defense, and the Blue Hose left to punt it away.
It's funny, the line judge is running out there to stop the play, and right behind him is Carroll McCray, timeout, timeout, timeout. They got the ball back, or they were attempting to get the ball back, put on the punt block. There's a defensive coordinator, Coach McCray's brother. Get the ball back or try to block this one. Another choice they got to make here.
I would not assume they would have the block on just because that could go wrong in a big way.
I agree.
Accidentally
I agree.
Run into the kicker.
And your offense just had a great drive to score.
Next week, here on the American Sports Network, it'll be Gardner-Webb in action again. The Runnin Bulldogs running up to New Jersey and West Long Branch to take on the Monmouth Hawks. Noon Eastern Time kickoff right here on the American Sports Network. This one coming down to the wire here from Boiling Springs, North Carolina.
Special teams, no mistakes. Get a clean punt off, get a clean catch on the other end, and let's continue this great finish.
Stephen Dorr to punt it away. It's his 7th punt. Oh, this one's a beauty. A spiral sends Hubbard deep. Oh, but it takes a favorable bounce for Gardner-Webb. It looked like Dorr was going to be able to trap the Runnin Bulldogs deep inside their own territory, but rolls all the way into the end zone. So the Bulldogs will bring it out to the 20. 64 yards.
He bombed that one. And unfortunately for the punter, the ball took a perfect bounce and went in the end zone because it was over the punt returner's head. They had no way of catching it.
So that is 7 punts on the day for about 290 yards.
It's big time.
For Stephen Dorr. And here we go, Gardner-Webb.
Senior combination, senior quarterback, last home game. Time to be a hero, 3:32, 80 yards to go.
Beatty at his own 15 to pass on 1st down. Across the middle, it is complete, but not for a whole lot of yards. Maybe back to the line of scrimmage and a half a yard at most.
And the defense on Kenny Cook is like it used to be. Corey White 20, Sean Keel Byers 26. One covers him, the other stares at him and runs at him the minute the ball's snapped.
Clock continues to roll. Again, keep in mind Gardner-Webb just took that timeout, so they only have 1 left now.
There it is in the bottom of your screen.
Beatty in trouble. Able to throw it ahead down the sideline. Hubbard out of bounds inside the 40-yard line.
Well, I thought Lucas Beatty was over the line of scrimmage, but evidently he was not. What a great play to get out of the rush, make the pass. Watch this, he's dead. And now he's going to run. Nope, he finds a receiver. Boom, up the sidelines. Huge gain.
Make it Juwan Blunt. And how about a heads-up play by Blunt, realizing he was in trouble, just sprinting down the sidelines and getting open for a senior quarterback.
Fine, make yourself available.
Good heads-up play by Blunt. Again, they go down the sideline, and this time incomplete, looking for Calais Jones. 43 yards, by the way, on that last pass play to Blunt.
But that would have been a heck of a catch. Jones were way up there. Outstretched hands, just couldn't bring it in. Watch this attempt at a catch. He's got it. He just couldn't handle it, and then he's way out of bounds. Kenny Cook can beat a double team on a quick slant. If the pass takes more time to develop, tougher to do. Kenny Cook is at the top of your screen right now.
2:38 left to play here on Senior Day for Gardner-Webb. Swinton in motion. Beatty under pressure, gets popped, finds a man wide open down the sideline. Seth Cranfield, the senior, inside the 10-yard line. 30 yards on the pass play to Cranfield. We got a flag on the play as the officials talk things over.
Illegal formation on the offense, number 19. 5-yard penalty, second down.
You know, that's a big break there because Presbyterian for the first time today was in a bad defense. They didn't know where Kenny Cook was. They found him and only had one man on him. And obviously they left Cranfield completely uncovered, but it all goes for naught.
There have been really not a whole lot of offensive plays to talk about in this one for either team. It's really been big plays, and really for the second time now here this afternoon, it's been two big penalties that have turned this game.
Plenty of time left.
Second down and long.
Tight ends have been big.
Beatty from his own 50 in trouble, tries to sling it over on the near sideline and swung down. Incomplete pass will bring up third down now with 2:01 left to play.
Big pressure put on Beatty by Cameron Mack as well as Kerry Rozier.
Beatty, the senior quarterback, 166 yards passing and a touchdown.
That third column, he needs a 2 there, and he'd be a happy man on the last home game. This is 4-down territory simply because of the time left. Doesn't matter where the ball is.
Play clock down to 5. Down to 3. Beatty takes the snap, back to pass, and incomplete over on the near sideline. Looking for Kenny Cook, who has been held to just 25 yards receiving today. He did have the big touchdown a few minutes ago.
He did a really cool thing there. They put Kenny Cook on the left side of the formation and put Swinton there with him. They couldn't double cover Cook because they had Swinton and he on the same side. Ball hits the ground there. It's not a complete catch, but it was a really good formation in that it stopped the double team on Kenny Cook. Swinton was open on the go route. They just happened to throw it to Kenny Cook instead.
Might be the last chance here for Gardner-Webb on 4th down and 15 with under 2 minutes now left to play. Beatty, the senior quarterback on Senior Day, find himself some more time. Looks deep, and it is intercepted by the Blue Hose inside the 5. Corey White, the free safety, comes up with a huge pick.
Beatty bought himself time. He just picked the wrong guy to go to. Too many white shirts back there, and number 20, Corey White, the senior from Anderson, South Carolina, makes the play of the season for the Blue Hose.
Beatty, the senior, looking for more time, trying to make something happen, but Corey White, the senior for Presbyterian, robs him. Presbyterian still on top by a touchdown.
You're watching the American Sports Network, Sinclair Broadcast Group's collegiate sports channel, the new home to Conference USA, the Colonial Athletic Association, Big South Conference, Southern Conference, and the Patriot League. In the coming months, watch your favorite college teams across ASN's network of channels throughout the United States. Touchdown. Tune in each Saturday for ASN's live college football coverage. Over 50 games this season. Witness spectacular touchdowns, crunching hits, and fist-pumping, edge-of-your-seat action that'll take your breath away. And later this fall, college basketball comes your way on ASN. Slam dunks, buzzer beaters, he fires it, oh, he started it! Monster blocks, threes, more threes. For the tie. Don't miss a minute of all the court-storming action as teams battle for conference supremacy and invites to the NCAA tournament. The American Sports Network, your new home for live college sports.
Get your ass. You're not in here. Yes, I am. hit too damn hard. No.
Every day, kids witness bullying.
Why you stabbing me with it? No.
They want to help,
Ow.
but don't know how. Teach your kids how to be more than a bystander. Visit stopbullying.gov.
What do you think it would be like to teach? Chances are, you have no idea. Teachers today are breaking down obstacles, finding innovative ways to instill old lessons, proving that greatness can be found in everyday places, and that you don't need to be famous to be unforgettable. That's what it's like to teach.
Presbyterian with a 14-7 lead, but Nate, while the Presbyterian Blue Hose on the board with a couple of touchdowns, it has been dominated by their defense here this afternoon.
Well, no matter who the quarterback is, Lucas Beatty or Maxwell, the guys in the white shirts have been all over them. They've given them no time to throw, or they've flushed them out of the pocket. But no matter what they've tried to do, the Presbyterian defense has really put them in a tough situation today, and that's why they're up.
This one not done yet, though, as Bridges runs around the left side, dives forward for a pickup of a couple of yards. Gardner-Webb still with one timeout left. 1:37 left to play.
They're not going to use it here.
Moves out to the 7-yard line. That's a pickup of 3.
Spangler has dialed up various pressures, various blitzes, various coverages. And we talked about his complexity in what he does, and the kids grasp it. And it looks like if they can hold on to the football here, they're going to get a winning season for the first time since they've been in Division I. He's a big part of that. You know, he turned the defense around.
He'll be happy with these numbers. 8 sacks for his defense, 10 tackles for a loss. And again on the handoff, it's Bridges. Able to squirt free for a pickup of about 3. 3rd down and short now for Presbyterian, and now Gardner-Webb will take their final timeout with 56 seconds left to play. So Gardner-Webb on senior day
3rd down and 4.
tries to stop the clock. They'll try to get a quick stop here, but it's going to be awfully close, Nate. Even if Presbyterian does not get the first down, they're going to be able to wiggle this clock almost all the way down.
Yep, and that's exactly what they're going to try to do.
Final 59 seconds comes your way next. Presbyterian trying to hang on.
So who's going to do what?
I'll pack the dead batteries.
Great.
I'll only put what I don't need into a duffel bag.
Perfect. That's totally unhelpful.
No problem.
Meanwhile, I will try to comfort everyone by speaking in a calm voice. And who is going to handle supplies?
I can forget to do a list for us.
Thanks, pal.
We couldn't be any less prepared. I'm proud of you guys.
Talk to your kids about who to call, where to meet, what to pack. Visit ready.gov/kids for tips and information.
Final 59 seconds left here of this ball game. Presbyterian with a 14-7 lead on third down is one first down away from their first ever winning season in Big South play. Gardner-Webb needing a stop to have a chance. Bridges around the left side. First down for Presbyterian out near the 20-yard line. Bridges, the freshman, comes up big again.
He's a happy young kid, and the offensive line has done a great job. He knows what just happened right there. Because of the amount of time left, he knows it's victory formation time. Great job by number 10, Bridges.
Harold Nichols, in his 6th season as head coach for Presbyterian College, just seconds away from their first ever winning season in Big South play. 5-5 on the year, currently 2-2 in the Big South. They will need one more snap. Behind their sophomore quarterback, McMath takes the knee, and that's going to do it. Harold Nichols and Presbyterian hang on for the 14-7 win to improve to 6-5 overall and 3-2 in Big South play in their final game of the regular season.
That's two really good friends right there who just had a big-time combative game, and you can tell Coach McCray just congratulated Coach Nichols big time.
Bridges, the freshman, he'll play in many of these rivalry games. 23 carries, 126 yards, and a touchdown. We see first winning season for Presbyterian since joining the Big South. We talked about in the opening. Made for these teams two very different goals. For Gardner-Webb, they were trying to get that elusive first conference win of the season. Presbyterian trying to get that first winning season in conference play. And Presbyterian, their quarterback, youngster, Hayes McMath, the sophomore, just too many weapons at the end of the day, including Darrell Bridges, the freshman. A lot more to get to when we come back. We'll hear from that man, Harold Nichols. We'll also have highlights and stats for you. Presbyterian wins it here this afternoon, 14-7.
I've got a job to do today.
I've got a job to do today.
Have a good first day at work, Mom.
Your donations to Goodwill fund job training programs right in your community.
Feels good to start fresh, right?
Sure does. And like that, you're a job creator.
You're watching the American Sports Network, Sinclair Broadcast Group's collegiate sports channel, the new home to Conference USA, the Colonial Athletic Association, Big South Conference, Southern Conference, and the Patriot League. In the coming months, watch your favorite college teams across ASN's network of channels throughout the United States. Touchdown. Tune in each Saturday for ASN's live college football coverage. Over 50 games this season. Witness spectacular touchdowns, crunching hits, and fist-pumping, edge-of-your-seat action that'll take your breath away. And later this fall, college basketball comes your way on ASN. Slam dunks, buzzer beaters, he fires it. Oh, he fired it. Monster blocks, threes, and more threes. For the tie. Don't miss a minute of all the court-storming action as teams battle for conference supremacy and invites to the NCAA tournament. The American Sports Network, your new home for live college sports.
I'm a teacher. Let me tell you what I make. I make learning a privilege, not a chore, and frustration a tool, not an obstacle. I make working hard seem easy and giving up impossible. I make an old subject feel like a fresh thought and unconventional methods common. I'm a teacher. I make more.
Get caught buzz driving,
and you could do some hard time.
Craig, knock it off.
Sorry, Mom. It could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. And that could set you back a few years. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Presbyterian with a 14-7 win on the road up here in Boiling Springs, North Carolina, on a chilly day for football. It felt great out here today. The guys are ready to play. Temperatures in the 40s. We welcome you back up to the booth alongside Nate Ross. I'm Jeff McCarriger. Thanks for watching today. You know, we talked about this in the open, Nate. Two teams, very different goals. We just talked about this. Gardner-Webb trying to get that elusive first conference win. Meanwhile, for Presbyterian, trying to get that first ever winning season in conference play, and they were able to close the deal today. It was a little bit closer there in the end than I think we thought it was going to be, but what a big win for this program.
Well, great defenses for 3 quarters, and in the fourth quarter, the offenses came through, and there we see the final numbers down there on first downs, rushing yards, pretty even, but the passing yards for Gardner-Webb, but PC had the big-time scoring plays and 7 sacks. That's huge in a football game like this.
There you see some of those stats, and again, we send it down to the field now and bring in Harold Nichols in his 6th season as a head coach at Presbyterian. Coach, this is Jeff McCarriger. We had a chance, Nate and I, to talk to you earlier in the week. Appreciate your time, and now we'll talk to you after this is all finally over. You and I talked about this, Coach. We asked if you had a chance at all this season to look back and see what you guys have accomplished over the last 6 years, and I know you guys were so worried about day-to-day and game-to-game. You really couldn't enjoy it much, but congratulations. Hopefully you can enjoy it now.
Yeah, I tell you what, that was a whale of a football game. You know, a lot of credit goes to Gardner-Webb and Coach McCray and his staff. Man, they got a really good football team. And this was a typical Big South knock 'em, drag 'em kind of game. And, you know, we've been in a lot of these kind of wars, and just thankful to be able to be on top of this one.
Coach, we only have a half hour to answer this question, so take your time. You told us earlier in the week, first season, 0-11.
Mm-hmm.
How's this journey been for you? I know you can't put it in perspective right now. You will in the next coming weeks.
Right.
But from then to now, got to be very fulfilling for you and your kids.
Well, I'm just, you know, just so happy for our players, you know, especially the seniors. You know, we had about 11 or 12 kids who were playing their last college football game today, and just so happy for them to be able to have some success and, you know, validation for all the hard work that we've put in. And, you know, I sold a dream and a vision to those guys 4 or 5 years ago when I came here, and I knew it wasn't going to happen overnight. Got a great staff. Got great kids, and we've had good chemistry. We've got good football character, and you know, you got a locker room full of kids that believe in one another, that love one another, that hold each other to a higher standard, and that's what you got to do in order to be successful in college football. This has been a good year from that standpoint, but more for the validation for their hard work and be able to experience some of the highs that it is to be a college student athlete.
Coach, we talked so much about offense during the game, obviously, because you got to score those points to win it. But today, your defense was absolutely exceptional. You've got to be very happy with the way they played today.
Well, you know, our defensive football team has been great all year. And, you know, we've got some 2 seniors, Isaiah Lynn and Corey White. I think Corey had the interception right there at the end. You know, yep. 2 big emotional leaders for us. And, you know, those guys have answered the bell every time. And, you know, offensively, we put them in some bad situations early in the game, and they responded well and got some stops. And then we finally were able to mount a drive. You know, disappointed in the turnovers, but, you know, mount a drive, go up by 2 scores, give us a little breathing room right there at the end. But, you know, these Big South games, they always come right down here to the last possession, it seems like. And but really proud of the way our defense has played, and they've answered the bell every time this year.
Coach, I got to ask you this because I saw you walk over to Kenny Cook at the end of the game, and I've known you for a while. What'd you share with him right there?
Well, I just told Kenny, you know, Kenny's a terrific kid. You know, we've got a lot of great student athletes here in the Big South, and, you know, Gardner-Webb's got their share. But Kenny's been a special player in our league. He's from Clinton, South Carolina, right there where PC is, and know his family and his mom, and, you know, just a quality kid. And we've got a lot of kids like Kenny Cook in this league. And, you know, that's the great thing about sportsmanship, and you get to appreciate the kind of ability that Kenny has and the kind of career that he's had here. And I just wanted to share with him, you know, that I was glad that he was graduating, I'll tell you that, because I don't want to have to defend him anymore. But what a class kid, and I'm sure he'll go on to do great things.
Coach, one more question here for you. Talk about special players, and you've got one on your hands, just a youngster. Talk to us about Darrell Bridges, the freshman, and the afternoon that he had, including that last run to lock it up for you guys when you needed that first down.
Yeah, Darrell's been a little up and down this year. He was banged up a little bit in the middle of the year, but he's got a bright future with us. He's a terrific player. We redshirted him last year, and he has really come on here. He's finally back healthy. He was missed probably about 3 or 4 weeks, and finally back healthy on that knee that he had. And, he runs behind his pads and is going to be a really good player in this league and for us for the next 3 years. And I'm glad he's on my team.
Coach, congratulations again. First winning season in Big South Conference history for you guys. Congrats.
Hey, Jeff, Nate, I appreciate you guys covering us. You guys always do a great job. Thank you so much.
Again, Harold Nichols in his 6th season as head coach for Presbyterian. His first season, he was 0-11. This year they finished 6-5, 3-2 in Big South play. More to come here on the American Sports Network as Presbyterian wins it 14-7.
I love the community. I love the small classes. I wanted faculty and students to know me. I feel like part of this school. It's not I go to Gardner-Webb, it's I am Gardner-Webb.
The next 30 seconds can save you a lot of money. Just do your laundry in cold and stick to full loads. Auto-sleep your computers. Plug your gadgets in a power strip and switch it off when you're done. Headed out? Turn back your thermostat by 10 degrees. And drive sensibly. The more energy you save, the more money you save. Find other great tips at energysaver.gov.
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
Oh, look, a redhead. Staring contest. You still got it.
I know.
Come alive with the forest.
The dad was cute.
You were looking right at us.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
If you don't fix them, sparks from dragging tow chains could cause a wildfire, and that could be scary.
Hi, Smokey.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Back up in the booth here at Spangler Stadium in Boiling Springs, North Carolina, alongside Nate Ross. I'm Jeff McCarriger. Thanks for tuning in today. Presbyterian now 3-2 in Big South play as they finish their conference schedule and their first ever winning season here in Big South play. Again, thanks for tuning in today. And as we look around the Big South, obviously the final here, Presbyterian wins it by a final of 14-7. And there are some other big games obviously coming up later on today. And we talked about some of the big matchups and we talked about Coastal Carolina, #1 in the country here in the FCS poll. So it's a big week and a big day here for the Big South.
It's always a big week. It's the last game of the year for Presbyterian. Everybody else plays one more week. they finished the deal in fine fashion today.
So Coastal Carolina, #1 in the country. Presbyterian wins it today. And speaking of Presbyterian, we talked a lot about the defense with the head coach, Harold Nichols. Let's talk a little offense and bring in Daryl Bridges, the freshman. And I tell you what, Daryl, congratulations on the win for you guys. And let's just start with that last run. You needed 1 first down to seal the deal, and the coach goes to you, the freshman. I'm sure you had to be happy knowing that your name was called.
Yes, sir. Thank you. It was a great opportunity to get that last run in and get that first down from our team. We had to send these freshmen, these seniors out with a bang this year, and that was great to get that first down for them and seal this victory.
Daryl, Coach told us you're finally healthy now. What's the difference for the guy that's sitting on his couch with a cold drink in his hand, playing healthy and playing not healthy? How much tougher is it when you're not 100%?
It's a lot harder. I had an MCL sprain and wasn't able to cut as much as I wanted to coming back from my first week. But being healthy this week, you could really see the turnaround. Being able to cut and get north and south really fast.
I don't know if you had the juice when you caught those passes. You ran away from people when you got in space there.
Yes, sir. I'm a pretty big back, but to get away from people, that was very good to see.
Daryl, I know you're just a freshman, and so obviously you have not seen the journey that many of the other guys have. As we were talking with Coach, he was 0-11 when he took over this program, and now you guys have a winning season. How much did you guys talk about what this win meant? Or was Coach really just trying to keep you guys focused on day-to-day and game-to-game?
This win was always about sending those seniors out with a bang. You know, they've been a part of this program on those downhill streams, and for us to come in this year and really this week and to be able to give PC their first winning season in the Big South, that was always our mindset and our focus this week.
You know, I looked at the stats during the game. I think you had a net of 37 yards for the season rushing the ball. Mm-hmm. You had 135 today. I know you're going to go in the locker room and thank them, but on camera right now, how about those big guys in front of you?
Oh man, they've been great all year. You know, from game one to now. Even though we had those tough games, offense has had a pretty down year. They've always been great. And today, you know, when we had to get those big yards and those big plays, they just said, "Get behind me," and that's what I did. So I thank them, and I can't thank them enough. But that was tough sledding for those guys.
Daryl, when you look at the future for Presbyterian football, you obviously being a freshman, your quarterback being a sophomore, what's your relationship like with McMath?
Oh man, it's a great relationship. We talk every day. We actually live in we're actually suite mates, so we get a chance to go through the playbook. We get a chance to just, you know, fellowship every day. So it's a great relationship for us to build on.
The last thing I want to ask you, Daryl, how important, when you guys were talking among yourselves this week off the practice field, to get this one for the head man, to get this one for Coach?
Oh, yes, sir. It's always been about this coaching staff building this program up, and we know that they give us the game plan, but we have to execute it. And for them to give us that solid game plan all year and us to execute today, it was pretty big, and I hope those coaches appreciate it because we appreciate having them.
I'm sure they do.
Yes,
Daryl, we'll give you one chance to give a shout-out to your defense today also, which was huge.
Oh, yes, sir. I want to give a shout-out to the whole defense. They've stepped up all year, and they proved it today. You know, we can't thank them enough for getting us that ball back, and we were able to get that first down and get some touchdowns on the board for them.
You know, it's a shame. I come into practice. Coach Spangler's just not – he's not fired up enough. Is he at practice? I mean, he's the man on that side.
That's you don't get to see Coach Spangler like we get to see Coach Spangler. Coach Spangler's fired up from the moment he wakes up to probably when he goes to bed. But come game time, he's so cool, calm, and collected, and that's what makes him a great coach.
Congratulations again on the win. Congratulations to the entire team and to the entire Presbyterian fans in your program.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
That's Daryl Bridges, again, the freshman running back with 135 yards today. And here are the latest standings. Nate, Coastal Carolina, we've talked about them all afternoon, the Big South, with Coastal Carolina on top, the #1 team in the country.
Well, they are number one. They are number one in the Big South. The league, as Kyle Klander talked to you at halftime, is #2 rated in the country. Coastal and Liberty will meet next week, probably for the championship. They both have to play later this afternoon. But the one on top, on the right-hand column, with the 10 is impressive, the 0 is more impressive. That's why they're the highest-ranked team in the nation.
There you see Presbyterian in third place at 6-5, doing it with a sophomore quarterback and a freshman running back. As we take a look at some of the highlights today, again, it was a game that was dominated by a lot of defense. There were some big offensive plays, but it was a lot of defense early.
Well, there wasn't a lot of offense early until this. The blocked field goal, 80 yards for Ed Britt. Nobody, we talked about Rouse running away from people. Look at this young man running away from people. That put 7 on the board, and that was the only scoring in the first half. In the second half, the defense was good, and then Rouse started doing, Bridges started doing his thing. The redshirt freshman, Darrell Bridges, 135 yards, healthy, impressive, and only a freshman.
There was a big play for Gardner-Webb as they were able to get that catch by Calais Jones, and then Kenny Cook picks up his touchdown, his 5th of the year. Pretty quiet today, but he did have that touchdown.
Well, they doubled him all day long. When they got into the red zone offensively, Kenny Cook had man-on-man coverage. One-on-one coverage, Kenny Cook's going to beat you. Beatty tried to buy time. He was harassed all day. He tried to get up, and there's the pick at the end of the game by another senior. That sealed the deal to give the ball back to Presbyterian. And then we talked about how Bridges kind of ran it out to end the clock.
Presbyterian, we talked about their defense, 4th in the country in red zone defense. They came very close to pitching a shutout today. Gardner-Webb able to get that late touchdown by Kenny Cook, but that was it. As Presbyterian goes on to win it, they improve to 6-5, 3-2 in Big South play. Meanwhile, for Gardner-Webb, they'll have one left. They'll have one final opportunity to try and get a win in Big South play. Back with more as we continue here on the American Sports Network. Congratulations, Presbyterian, a winner today here against Gardner-Webb.
They're coming. Places, everybody.
Light check. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Everything looks good on our end.
And lights.
Come alive with the forest. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
Every budget, so don't accept defeat. Now you can get covered and still buy me treats.
You take care of your pets. Now it's their turn to take care of you. Visit getcoveredamerica.org to learn about your health insurance options.
Presbyterian College in 30 seconds. Here goes. Incredible professors.
You've got a beautiful campus.
Students who are fun-loving.
We're only 2.5 hours from the beach.
PC is a caring Christian community.
Great facilities, academic and athletic.
The mountains are just an hour and a half away.
Groundbreaking research. Division I sports.
PC is family. PC is home.
You wanted to be a teacher when you were little, but things changed. Teaching didn't seem that cool anymore. So you decided to become something else. But what would your 12-year-old self say? Amazing things are happening in teaching, so it's time to put it back on your list. Don't try to convince yourself otherwise. You had it right the first time.
So who's going to do what?
I'll pack the dead batteries.
Great.
I'll only put what I don't need into a duffel bag.
Perfect. That's totally unhelpful.
No problem.
Meanwhile, I will try to comfort everyone by speaking in a calm voice. And who is going to handle supplies?
I can forget to do a list for us.
Thanks, pal.
We couldn't be any less prepared. I'm proud of you guys.
Talk to your kids about who to call, where to meet, what to pack. Visit ready.gov/kids for tips and information.
Yes, I am.
Give it to him hard.
No.
Every day, kids witness bullying.
Why you stab me with it? No.
They want to help,
Ow.
but don't know how. Teach your kids how to be more than a bystander. Visit stopbullying.gov.
Presbyterian a winner here this afternoon in Boiling Springs, North Carolina. On the road, nice road win for Presbyterian over The Gardner-Webb Runnin Bulldogs by a final of 14-7. Alongside Nate Ross, I'm Jeff McCarrigan. Again, a huge credit to Presbyterian, Harold Nichols, their head coach. And Nate, you and I had a chance again to talk to him quite a bit earlier this week. And for Presbyterian, he took over a program winless, and it's not just about changing the wins and losses, it's about changing a philosophy. And he talked to us a lot about that this week.
Yeah, he has great insights about how he runs programs. And I thought the greatest line he gave us this week was, we talked about him and his young quarterback, and I'm sure he deals with this with all of his players. He said, I'm their worst enemy during the week, and I'm their best friend on game day. In other words, build the confidence up in game day, make the corrections, make the constructive criticism during the week. But I just love that. Worst enemy during the week, best friend on game day. And these kids love to play for him, and it's a great way to approach young people today, and it's working. They got a winning season, and they're building the blocks to get to a championship situation, like the Liberties and like the Coastal Carolinas we just saw in the standings.
Well, and one of the reasons why he talked about that was because he has such a young quarterback in the sophomore.
Yep.
Here are the latest standings. Coastal Carolina, again, for the first time in Big South history, they've got a #1 team in the country. So Coastal Carolina at 10-0 is #1. New Hampshire right there. Jacksonville State, North Dakota State, Eastern Washington. There you see Villanova at #6, a very tough team. We'll see them in action here on the American Sports Network coming up. Illinois State, Fordham, Chattanooga, and Southeastern Louisiana. But good to see Coastal Carolina, a team out of the Big South, right up there at the top. And speaking of which, here's some scores going on right now across the country. Coastal Carolina with an early lead over Monmouth, 7-0.
Yep, and then the North Dakota State team we saw in the middle there, they've been the perennial team on top forever. They got beat last week, and that's how Coastal Carolina for #2 jumped up to #1. If Coastal Carolina wins today, they're not going to move down from 1. And then the last week of the regular season with Liberty will determine the champion and maybe the #1 team going into the playoffs.
You know, we got a chance to talk to the commissioner of the Big South during the halftime show, Kyle Calander. And one of the questions I had for him was, is this going to be the year that the Big South has 2 bids? And he said, well, we'll have to wait and see because there's a lot of football left to be played here in the last couple of weekends.
I really think Liberty deserves a second bid out of this league. They played some tough teams early. They didn't play their best ball. They're playing their best football this time of year. And they're going to have to play their best football if they go to Chanticleerland and try to knock them off in the last week of the season. But I think 2 teams are deserved from this league this year.
You've had a chance to see Coastal Carolina. How good is that team?
They're special. Great running back, Alex Ross, great quarterback, no relation. And maybe Quinn Backus, the best linebacker in FCS football. They got all the pieces together. They got Joe Mowgli running the show. They've got it going as evidenced by their 10-0 record.
Presbyterian gets a huge performance from their freshman running back today, Darrell Bridges. 135 yards for the redshirt freshman as Presbyterian wins it on the road against Gardner-Webb 14-7. Back to wrap things up right after this here on the American Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Rob Lowe, and I have DirecTV. And I'm far less attractive, Rob Lowe, and I have cable. With DirecTV, you get 1080p and Dolby 5.1. The industry's best picture and sound. With cable, you get pictures and some sound, too. DirecTV is a theater quality experience I can have at home with all my friends. I don't. Don't be like this, me. Get rid of cable and upgrade to DirecTV. Call 1-800-DirecTV.
The next 30 seconds can save you a lot of money. Just do your laundry in cold and stick to full loads. Auto-sleep your computers. Plug your gadgets in a power strip and switch it off when you're done. Headed out? Turn back your thermostat by 10 degrees. And drive sensibly. The more energy you save, the more money you save. Find other great tips at energysaver.gov.
You got a king?
Go fish! In your face! In your face!
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today.
You are watching the American Sports Network.
It's a beautiful afternoon for a football game by the beach. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Conway, South Carolina. We're at Brooks Stadium for the Buccaneers and the Chanticleers. Coastal trying to get to 8.
I wouldn't take that if I were you. Why? It's hard to move. I would take the rat. You take what you want.
I'm not doing anything. I'll be pulling it. What? Hey, Christina. How do I take this? Let me take a picture.
Hi, I'm Rob Lowe, and I have DirecTV. And I'm far less attractive, Rob Lowe, and I have cable. With DirecTV, you get 1080p and Dolby 5.1, the industry's best picture and sound. With cable, you get pictures and some sound, too. DirecTV is a theater quality experience I can have at home with all my friends. I don't. Don't be like this, me. Get rid of cable and upgrade to DirecTV. Call 1-800-DirecTV.
The next 30 seconds can save you a lot of money. Just do your laundry in cold and stick to full loads. Auto-sleep your computers. Plug your gadgets in a power strip and switch it off when you're done. Headed out? Turn back your thermostat by 10 degrees. And drive sensibly. The more energy you save, the more money you save. Find other great tips at energysaver.gov.
Thank you. You got a king?
Go fish.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today.
Once again, your final score here from Boiling Springs, North Carolina. On the road, Presbyterian picks up the 14-7 win here against Gardner-Webb. And for Presbyterian, now 6-5 on the year, 3-2 in Big South play. Gardner-Webb had some big plays in this one, but in the end, it was really the Presbyterian defense that dominated this one. Ed Britt with a huge return. Kenny Cook did have a touchdown, but again, it was Presbyterian in the end. Next up, Gardner-Webb and the Runnin Bulldogs will be on the road next week. Coming up next here, Middle Tennessee against the Blue Raiders and Florida International, the Panthers. Once again, your final score, Presbyterian wins it. For Nate Ross and our entire staff, I'm Jeff McCarriger. Thanks for watching here on the American Sports Network.